quick. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shane, this is Shane's Games, and tonight we are playing Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning. Tonight will be our 22nd time playing this game, because we're doing it all the way start to finish. So, if you want to see any of the previous episodes, go scroll down a bit and you'll find a link to my YouTube where I keep all of my videos archived, but otherwise, let's get started for tonight. Yeah, I keep forgetting this is the first time you're hearing my voice, Jibby. Oops. Nightbot, savage, savage. Oh, I saw that one coming. Gotta get that link permit, Jibby. Alright, so what I am doing now is I am going through and grabbing a couple lore stones. I want to just grab a couple more before I take off and head across the ocean if I can. I was doing that last week as well, last time I streamed as well. And I don't have too many left that I want to grab. Yeah, 22, right? I had no idea how long this game was when I was getting into it. Bad decision. Well, I'm not even going to call it a bad decision because I ended up liking this game. But yeah, going start to finish is taking some time here. But that's okay. That's okay. It's a fun game. Fun game. I'm enjoying it. Hope you guys are still enjoying watching after all this time.
To rock, they brought their castles. To field, they brought their grain. We watched them form this land to their desire, but not to their wish. What peace they sought came with blade and fortress. But all seemed calm until a king, a father, died with 2 heirs, strong and able.
Old as fuck. Jimmy, this game is 4 years old. It's just 4. It's 2012, I think. It's a little old, maybe. I guess. It's not that old. It's not like PlayStation old or Super Nintendo old. That's old. Oh, damn it, it's on the cliff, isn't it? Oh, of course it's on the cliff. Of course it's on the cliff. Where is he going? You see that other end just charge off into the distance? That's weird. I have no idea where he was going. Oh, damn it, I still got that quest to kill a bunch of kobolds and stuff. I thought I got rid of that thing. What a stupid quest. Oh, I don't even want to know if I don't even know if I want to try getting up on this cliff again. I seem to remember, I don't know, I don't remember if there's any quick way up here, and I don't know if I, ugh, wow, starting the night with some mushmouth here. I don't know if I want to remember how to get all the way up here. I'll see if there's a little road up this way. Maybe, yeah, I think I can just take this way. Take out all these kobolds, which are super weak. This is a very old area for me. Like I said, just going back, grabbing some lorestones. Yeah, I saw about the tag teams in the Dusty Classic. I'm just, where's, what are their names? Blake and Murphy didn't even get in there. That's kind of sad for them. I figured they'd put them in there somewhere. I don't even know what they're doing with them now if they're not going to be in the Dusty Classic in any way, shape, or form. The Bollywood boys are on tonight? Jeez, that's reaching deep.
As the seasons warn each year, the time to build is followed by a time for ruin. 2 sons of the mortal king were left with Talarain betwixt them, but neither held his share complete. And as these mortals built their kingdom, so too they had destroyed it all with war and jealousies.
Yeah, that is getting kind of sad that they just keep calling up, hey, here's some new teams that we've been working on behind the scenes, and nope, Nope, they're just gonna get wrecked by the authors of pain. Hope you didn't actually like these guys, because you're not going to get to see anything they do. I gotta call somebody up and actually give them a little push at some point, right? Like at some point? Maybe? Eventually? You'd hope. You'd hope. Where am I going? Oh, I'm to the south of where I need to be. Oh, of course. Oh, stupid wolf. Messing up my combo. Alright, there, get that cast. And start taking dudes out. It's actually kind of a massacre once I get my knockback resistance up. I can just keep slicing and it doesn't really matter what they do. I do like it. Oh, that wolf just walked right into it. Get wrecked. Sim Dust, hey. Good morning, I guess would technically be the greeting at this point. I'm surprised you're still up. But welcome nonetheless. Yeah, I never actually watch NXT on Wednesdays, Al, just because I don't get the network, so I gotta watch on Hulu the next day. And luckily, that's the only WWE show that they don't edit. Alright, am I good? Alright. Almost didn't even notice the lore stone behind that stupid tent.
The mortals fought over the castles and hills. The servants of the Asta clan divided the remains between them. They called themselves Ratifer, Kents, and Skates. They hid their rocks and metal under their castles and called them home. They hoarded treasures and watched the seasons wear their stone walls and their wills.
I mean, to be fair, Jibby, if I have a choice between sleeping and eating, I probably am going to go for eating. Stayed up watching this kids show about mermaids on Netflix and then reading old fanfics. See, that sounds like a good evening right there. I endorse that evening. That sounds fun. All food too far. Gotta get that fanfiction in there, Al. Late night when you're overtired is the perfect time for reading old fanfiction, I suspect. No, Lorestone's gonna be at the top of the cliff, and then I'm gonna be pissed off that I went the wrong way, aren't I? I bet I am. Yeah, there it is. I probably could have seen it a second ago. I must have looked right at it.
Now the vales and dells of Talarain stand abandoned. The once great citadels that stood in triumph now lie in ruins. Once pure, they have left the land, and with it, the mark of mortal sins.
How are you finding the old fanfiction, Sim? Do you have it saved somewhere, or just you know the old sites where they used to be? And Jibby, I sure hope they're milking Rich Swan. That guy's amazing. Give him all the opportunities all the time. I want to see Rich Swan going all night long. I went there. That happened. Oh, jeez. Let's head down here. Just gonna grab a couple more lore stones and then we're good. Oh, so you have them like bookmarked, I guess. That makes sense. Where was that? Southwest, alright. You're worried he's gonna get old fast? I mean, that's possible, but... I mean, yeah. It's sort of an overall problem, partially, that they don't have enough guys to put on. So they kind of got to grind out the guys they do have. And this is totally a dead end, isn't it? Damn it. Stupid canyon. Bookmark 2 fix that got deleted. Welcome to the internet after... It's, you know, really, it's not the deleted ones you should be shocked about. It's that anything's still there years and years after high school. Some of that stuff disappears fast. I mean, really, if you can still find some stuff on the internet after high school, especially on a site like that, where sometimes you get people that just go in and go, you know what, I'm going to delete everything I ever wrote. That is the problem with people writing stuff on the internet, is just deciding, you know what, nah, I'm going to delete everything ever. Jimmy, I don't think they know what to do with Rich, which is fair because he's a comedy guy from the indies, which means he's probably never going to get all that big. And that's okay. I'm okay with Rich never being big. I just want to see him doing some fun stuff.
Do you not see? The hells have come for you and I. Do not sleep. Do not run. Bury yourself. Dig into the earth. Cover yourself with dirt. Cover yourself. Dig beneath the worms, beneath the sand, or the fires consume you. They call the demon back to wreak the havoc of ancient doom. It comes! Dig!
Oh, Al, you never saw that monster? That's who the stream was named after last week, when I was talking about the fish with boobs. It was that thing. Yeah, most people are too lazy to delete, but the problem is when some people, when they delete, they take a lot of stuff with them. You've never seen any of this game before. So of course you never see that monster. Where is that? Oh no, no, I just went to the wrong one, didn't I? Oh, dang it, there's two entrances and I can't teleport to both of them. Shoot. Oh, that's stupid. Take the rope then. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a hike. Good cardio though, right? Good cardio. Whoa, hello. Oh, another one of those guys. Or this may actually... Oh, this is where I just was. I just teleported back where I just was, and now all the monsters have respawned. Beautiful. Clearly good at video games. Pro strats. There we go. Kill them all again. I will kill them again if necessary. Oh, the worst are unfinished fix. Yeah. If you're reading something and it's good, and it's just... You get to the last part, oh, when's the next part? Oh, no, the last part was written years ago. Oops. I'm a genius, clearly. Obviously. You could tell from the jokes, from the puns. The brilliance just shines through at all times. I think I read that somewhere. Terrible jokes are a sign of intelligence. And if I didn't read that somewhere, I'm just going to spread it as a rumor. I'm just going to tell people that's true. Oh, Samoa Joe squashing some no-name. You know, I kind of figured when he was talking about injuring people on the roster, I'm like, that's what he's going to do next. He's just going to start going after no-names. Because that way he can actually just keep squashing people for a while. Just to show that he's making a point without actually having to change anything in the roster. It's not super exciting, but I'm sure that's what they're doing. Thick unfinisher criminal. Shame! Shame, Simdust.
Aragnos, come to us! As I free my blood, we free you from your prison.
Holy shit.
Taste of this and drink. And tear apart your chains. We call you, O Aragnos. We summon you. We invoke your presence. We break the prison bones. We break the walls.
Was that a guy stabbing himself to death? Holy crap. Didn't see that one coming. Jeez. Also an original thick unfinished criminal. Well, Sim, you should repent. You should repent by doing NaNoWriMo. Get in on NaNoWriMo. Get some fics written, or just stories in general. Or at least get some words written towards one, you know? And everything's good. Could totally work. Swan partnering up with No Way Jose, fantastic. Fantastic. I couldn't think of a more beautiful tag team.
To the chaos of the wolf.
Another mortal for the
Fate
fire.
displayed these scientists last. Rengar, the embodiment of intention, rose as champion. His throat was the mantis ray, walked amid stillness. He met defeats like the salamander's tail. But only to grow again. He inflicted wounds like the serpent's fang, rotting poison to weaken the mightiest opponent. His baleful stare was the shark's fin above the water's surface, promising a bloody end.
Yeah, see, I didn't know you had a degree in creative writing till today. That is really cool. Creative writing majors are just the coolest. I just love talking to people that have a head full of ideas. That's always fantastic. Just creative people in general, or people that really wanted to chase that creative side of themselves. I really respect that. People begged for Cedric to get signed, and all they do is making him lose. Yeah, it's a strange decision right there, and I'm not sure why they did that. I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere behind closed doors you've got Vince saying, well, all right, we signed him, but now he has to prove himself.
The Great Ones contested Engard's knowledge, and time and again they failed. The combat space was a patch of dirt, which soon became a clearing. The clearing, trampled by the feet of warriors, sunk into the earth and became an arena where the bravest mortals heard the feral clamors of the combatants. The House of Valor was born.
I don't know if they wanted to sign him initially, but I'm sure once they saw him in the fan reaction, I'm sure Triple H said, yeah, let's do it. I mean, nobody's going to put a gun to their head and say you have to sign him. You know, somebody must have said we want to. They could have always just pretended like it wasn't their choice. It's not like they've screwed over anybody before. I mean, shoot, look at all the things people beg for in the WWE all the time, and they don't give them anything close to that. Now, Sim, let me ask you this, if you don't mind me asking. What do you plan to do, or what do you want to do ideally now that you got the degree? That's another thing I'm curious about when I hear about English majors. Oh, come on. There we go.
The withering war swept across the land. Seelie and Unseelie fought each other. The House of Valor was abandoned for the battlefields of Esau and Oln. Engard battled hordes as the warriors of Valor thrived on the plains of Erethel. The storm grew as they joined the war, and the Seelie threw back the invaders.
Jimmy, I didn't see all of the Tag Team Classic, because again, I don't have the network. I just saw bits and pieces here and there. But, what was I going to say? I mean, you know, you're saying, you know, they're not going to turn away the fans at a big event. Did you see how hard they were booing Roman at WrestleMania? Clearly, they're not always just going to do whatever the fans want them to do. Yeah, think of the D&D, Sim. Think of the D&D. Do it for the D&D. It is 4 a.m. I always forget what time it is. The consequences of being a night shift guy. Time is what? We'll see how well that turns out.
The wars of Glir Rathwen came crashing to the ocean's turmoil. Our people, despaired and battle-weary, hiding from the ogre's fists, saw Beala Tirin atop the revered spire, dressed in priestly garb and circled by a camp of mages. Wise Tirin called forth the grace of Lyria, her beauteous song, paragon of the ethereal. The people climbed to her side, a summit cloister of spell-woven forces. She smote the Jotun from the hallowed pinnacle, and never again did they return. Rathir, she named the place where sharp rocks break the water's surface. This home for all Doppelfar, the lunar crag of Lyria, founded in the 14th year after the parting.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Jibby. When you set aside time to play a role-playing game and you're at the table and, you know, you're tired, there's other things you can be doing, and then the group can't stay on task, that can be really infuriating. Absolutely know what you mean. I'm going to make a prediction to you right now, too. I think that after they're done with Brian Kendrick, the next guy to challenge for the Cruiserweight title is probably going to be Cedric. You know, put me down for that right now. That's what I'm thinking. I don't want to get there. I think I'll just walk a little bit this way. Yeah, I think so. Oh, jeez, and people just bailed for a while. Ouch. Yeah, that's a big thing for me. Is if you agree to set aside the time, if it you know, then you've got other people counting on you, because they'll set aside their time too. So you kind of got to commit to that thing, otherwise it's unfair to everybody. They could, but I don't think they're going to. You know, I'm saying that's my guess right now. That's the feeling I'm getting. Is that it's going to go to Cedric. I've got absolutely no evidence. I haven't heard any rumors or anything, but that's my guess. If it was some talent from the normal roster, it would have to be Neville, wouldn't it? I'm not sure who else they'd do it with.
When the armies of Ulm subsided, the Seelie returned to the land, and the House of Valor was forever changed. The conflict of the cycle waned, and the Fae now embodied the peace of sleep. Engard no longer fought, and was without purpose. The great cycle turned through the ages. Seasons passed. A mortal defeated the champion of Valor. His name was Hroth Magnus.
I don't know when he's supposed to be back. It seems he was injured right before WrestleMania, so it seems like he'd be back sometime pretty soon, right? Of course Neville Longbottom's a wrestler. What do you think he did after Harry Potter? It's the obvious thing to do. I mean... I mean, basically in Harry Potter, every time you didn't see Neville, he was bulking up, I promise you. Just push-ups and sit-ups every second, every single second he's not on the page. Nice. Alright, where was it going from here? South it is. I can't imagine all of you guys playing D&D together. That just sounds hysterical.
The land flourished under her gentle plumes. As life returned to burnt expanse, people crawled from their caves and saw a majestic city. They praised and worshipped her likeness. She replied with a chord still echoes on the wind.
Man, did you see that? I was sitting there trying to listen to some poetry on that lore stone, and suddenly zombies. How rude. Oh, Sim does. Thank you for the follow. Showed up for a bit, then disappeared. Ooh. Showed up to a session, didn't bring their sheet. It's 2 strikes right there. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Check this shit out. Here we go. That's some dead brownies. Oh no! Nightbot being savage tonight.
Helios heard the call, and looking down upon the desert, grew irritated. His mighty works were undone, and his brilliance spurned. He called Freka to his side, and implored the fiery god to strike Saina from the skies. Freka agreed, but as Saina was too strong, he asked Helios to lend him some of his fire as well. So Helios gave Freka the flames of the sun.
Now, let me tell you, as somebody that has been playing role-playing games for a very, very, very long time, there is no quicker way to destroy a group than to have somebody in the group that isn't a team player. And they're not going to show up on time, and they're not going to bring their sheets, they're not going to put in the effort that's needed to be fun. Because if there's one guy there that's trying to leech off the others, say, hey, it's up to you guys to make this fun for me, it's going to ruin the experience for everybody. You can just take the whole group apart. You know, I can understand forgetting your sheet once, but you know, after that, you know, you gotta show up with it. Oh, you responded out loud, and then the guy is like, who said that? Jeez.
Fire from the heavens struck Saina, and her plumage burst into flames. She flew high to cool her feathers and dove to extinguish the fires. Still nothing would cease the burning, and she knew that she was doomed. So she absorbed as much of the heat of the sun and the spirit of fire as she could, and fell dead to the earth. Now only her bones remain, but she will rise again if life is threatened in the Hollow Lands.
Now I'm just imagining Sim mashing the mute button and then just yelling, literally? Literally? But no, I made that mistake when I was in college, is I had a role-playing group, and there was somebody in my group that was just, you know, they didn't give a shit. They weren't helping anything out. They weren't showing up. They weren't being active when they were there. They were just dragging everybody off topic. And I made the mistake of not kicking them out right away because they were a friend of mine. And you know, either way, that's going to be rough. And after that, eventually just nobody wanted to play. That's kind of the consequence of that, is if you don't deal with the bad seed, then people are just going to leave. Because as much as a game like that is a responsibility in some aspects, at the end of the day, it is something fun. And if people aren't having fun, they're just going to be gone. They're just completely, they're just going to nope their way out. Really cool because you're new and Kron is new to DMing, so it's talking time, but that was ridiculous. Yeah, there's a limit. There's only so much you can take before it's really, you're just not going to have a fun time. There's no way it's going to happen. I always say, as far as like table talk, as far as just chatting about stuff, that's something I say you should usually decide like right at the start. How much is too much? How do you want to derail a session if it gets derailed? it's an important thing to think about. Of course, I'm just talking logistics here. I'm not trying to tell anybody that they've been doing anything's wrong. Just saying how it's been with me. Ah, shoot, of course I passed the easy way to get up there back there. First time they joined, we spent an hour making their character, and then they had real-life issues for 2 months. And so it was basically Kron getting rid of them. Did he, at least? Did he cut out of the group eventually? I hope. Because if the story ends with, and nope, he's still there, that's going to be sad. Sure, no, it's, you gotta get that stuff out in the open. Because if you don't talk about that stuff, the only other resolution is, well, I'm gonna stop playing, and nobody wants that. If you're having a good time before that, then, no, screw that. Right, I get you. See, here's another one of those situations where I must have just missed something, unless it's totally below me. God damn it! Oh, hate this area. Now, for a new DM, there really isn't any worse challenge than having to deal with a problem player, especially if, in the very likely situation, the problem player is a friend of theirs. I mean, it's tough. Telling a friend of yours just, hey, shape up or ship out. Nobody wants to do that. That's not going to be fun for anybody, I promise you. That's the point where it really becomes clear, oh, it's not, I can't just, you know, there are responsibilities that I have to adhere to here. It sucks, but yeah, it's, if you really want the experience to be fun for everybody, sometimes you do have to take that extra step. Sim's not new. Fact checkers and game fixers. That's a good role. I can dig that. Well, hopefully he's open about it. From what I hear, you know, despite all the issues, you guys do really enjoy what you guys do in there. So I hope you guys continue enjoying it. You know, hopefully it just gets better from here. Get the issues smoothed out. Get somewhere in the campaign. I can only hope. Kron loves it. Oh, fantastic. Oh yeah, let me tell you, GMs are very thirsty for input all the time. It's tough, right? You're basically writing a story in real time when you're a GM, and if nobody gives you input, it's terrifying. You're constantly second guessing yourself that way. Do they like it? Do they not like it? Why is no one saying anything? That's scary. I feel like you should always have one or two people who aren't the DM who operate as, yeah, like a co-DM almost. Like Alice keeps notes, and I'm always the first to bring up when Jibby or Kron is doing something wrong. That's helpful to have in the group.
Finally, the carver rested. He grew a mountain crowned with clouds by the river, and leaned against its side to sleep. Ages passed, and the sand settled into his work, and all the land was still.
What do I want? Yeah. Well, that's we'll call that the first lesson of every newbie GM. Wait, you want to do what? But I didn't plan for that. And for a newbie GM, it's going to be very shocking and probably very terrifying, but it's something that if you can learn to adapt to immediately, then you're going to be a good GM very quickly. But it's definitely scary the first time it happens. The first time somebody goes so far off the script you don't know what to do. Sim's usually like, no, you're going too far. No, Jimmy, don't.
That day, the carver woke to find his touch run dry, the wellspring of his power dead as dust at the source. He heard then the first whisper, the first mention. Mortals.
Oops. Alright, I think that's everything there. I'm almost done here. I think this is the last area I need to clear out of lorestones, and I doubt I'll have every lorestone, but I'm actually pretty happy with my progress at this point.
Good day.
I DM'd a game for Jibby and my brother once. They did nothing I planned. Wine mom cult? What? Dare I even ask what a wine mom cult is? Came up with on a whim. Nope, graveyard. Now that right there is key number one to good GMing, improvisation. If you can pull that off, you're gold. You're gold and you're gold forever. You know, there's two extremes there. It's the worst GMs, they'll get thrown a curveball like that and they'll react by saying you can't do that. That is the absolute worst thing you can do in a role-playing game. Sorry, no, you can't. Nope. Takes everybody out of the fun immediately. Makes them feel constrained. It's bad news. But on the other end, some people make their best stories when they're forced into a corner. When they're forced to improvise, they come up with their absolute best material.
Rattlesnake grew so angry that poison filled his mouth. He lunged at Desert Runner, but the bird was too fast. Rattlesnake cried after him, "I will seek your nest, Desert Runner. I cannot kill you, but you cannot save all of your children." That is why Desert Runner searches for Rattlesnake, and Rattlesnake hunts the defenseless.
Well, will your parents pay me? Savage! Savage! Well, we saved the day. How much you gonna pay me now? Absolutely amazing. I love it. I love it. Go this way. I just remember having the image of Jimmy walking through the town with a line of children behind him. Everybody's like, "Whoa, Jay!" Dropping them off at the houses for profit. Hello, sir. I'm from the local adventuring guild. Would you like your children back? Well, I can offer you great group rates if you want all of them back at the same time. Big discount.
The willows wept. Hear us, firstborn. Hear us, flesh ones. Own forsakes his throne for a bed of crows. Your people still search for Owen's body lost in the marsh. You scour the sand for the talisman of fate, although it is already yours. The gardens of Issa are summer, the Tuatha Deon the entropic legacy. Learn well the ways of both Issa and Owen, lest the withering return.
That's the only game you've ever DM'd? How'd you like it? Is it something you'd ever want to do again at some point? Alright. I'm gonna check the map one more time after this, but I think this is it. I think this is all that we need to do before we head across the ocean. Armies spawned on top of you and wrecked you. Yeah, armies spawning on top of you tend to do that. Talking about spawns in a D&D game. For shame. How does that even work? mean, you certainly sound like you got the chops for it. But I can understand not wanting to jump into it, because it is a lot of time and a lot of effort you're putting into the thing. Sim lazy, no, I get you. Let's see. I should link you Sim sometime. There's a couple role-playing games I know that are very much based around improvisation. The idea that you aren't supposed to write anything before the session and you're just supposed to come up with things on the fly. And those are great because you don't actually have to put any effort into it in between the sessions. You just write based on what the other players are telling you about. Just happened to be nearby, of course. All right, yeah, I'm done here. Let's head across the ocean. Wait, did I actually do the mission I needed to do over here? I think so. Yeah, I'm good. Sweet. All right. No windows at the inn, and the design of the inn was so dumb. I've definitely done that as a rookie GM before. Oh, I'm gonna barricade all the windows. There's no furniture? No, there's no furniture. Sorry, you can't barricade the windows. Restarted the campaign, alright. As long as you're right at the beginning, sometimes that's what you gotta do.
The Tuatha lines have broken, and we still live. It looks like fate has a sense of humor. Please, forgive my melancholy. The champion of Mel Senshir should be cheered, not subjected to my sorrow. I am Adrian Tyr, and I owe you my thanks. Though many have been lost, your courage saved a great many more.
Why'd they restart? Because a massacre is not a good way to start out a campaign.
I was dead, or I should have been at least, if it were not for a Varani mercenary who threw himself in the fray. He fought like a demon, and I was able to escape. The poor man was not so fortunate, though. I watched the Tuatha cut him off, and then he was gone. It shames me, but I once held such mercenaries in great disdain. But this man, whoever he was a warrior of honor.
Huh, alright, I'll find this guy for him.
He was cut off and surrounded by the Tuatha. He is surely dead. However, his body must lie somewhere in Cursewood. It would give me peace to learn of his fate. The Varani warrior? The last I saw of him, he was cut off behind Tuatha lines in Cursewood.
I mean, if you're being lazy, then yeah, tavern automatically means bar within, especially if you're in a fantasy setting. When you picture a bar with 0 ends, yeah.
Farewell.
It's one of those very lazy fantasy tropes. Well, what is a tavern? Well, a tavern is the place you go in and there's people drinking, and also that's where you get your side quests from. Taking him to task for that, taking him to task for his grammar. Alright, so this is the first time I've actually been in this continent, aside from,
Keep your hands off me, fool. I know Tuatha. I must speak with the Seed.
aside from being in that castle right there, so this should be interesting.
You're the one who slew the Baelor. Honor to you, champion. I command the Arya. We are warrior scouts, the eyes of the Alfar. My men are scouting the Tuatha's retreat, though I fear I may have lost even them to this cursed forest.
Now, what do you mean by wish away their problems? You mean actual wish spell, or what?
They are overdue. My men are never late. They are either where they are supposed to be, or they are dead. In fact, if you are venturing out into the forest, may I prevail upon you for aid?
Drinks away his problems and adds more. That's different.
3 of my men are missing. If you discover any evidence of what befell them within the Cursewood, let me know. Warrior to warrior, I would be in your debt. And if it would sweeten the pot, there'd be gold for you as well. Deep within the Cursewood, most likely. I sent 3 soldiers into the forest to track the movements of the Tuatha. Where that took them is anybody's guess. I had been leading the Ariad for many seasons now. I may not have the flair that some of our other leaders do, but I get the job done. It's been called that ever since they laid the foundations of Melsenshir. Even the smallest of plants and critters can kill you out here.
Oh no, I do love bad DM stories. Tell me all of your bad DM stories. Oh my god, this guy's hair. This guy is Dragon Ball Z as hell. Look at this guy. Hey, Mr. Dragon Ball Z man. Teach me the spirit bomb.
It is a pleasure to meet the Siegebreaker. Especially here, in a land where pleasure has been all too rare. I am Sidon the Outcast, Prince in exile of the House of Sorrows. I'm here to welcome you to our home. I see the hesitation in your eyes. Although I am Fae of the Winter Court, you and I have a common enemy.
Go back to Rassels. Alright, so finally I get to meet one of the Winter Fae.
I am Sidon the Outcast. Once I was Prince of the House of Sorrows, and my true duties are to the true Court of Winter. The Winter Fae have been disgraced and despoiled by Gadflo and the Tuatha. With your help, I can end their reign. Clearly I'm not Tuatha. I carry a loathing for them that mortals could never understand. I simply approached your lines peacefully and expressed my desire to speak with the Siegebreaker. It seems that even the simplest mortal soldier can recognize an ally against our mutual enemy. Indeed. You accomplished a great feat here. But the Tuatha De Own are far from defeated. Before striking the heart, you must trim the fat and cleave through the bones. If you wish to put an end to Gadflo's reign, meet my brethren and me at Foe's Hearth to the east. We can talk further there. I'd rather not talk here. Cluricon is filled with Tuatha spies. Travel to the old ruins at Foe's Hearth. We'll meet you inside and we can talk there. That little fool used to be nothing more than a capering jester in the Winter Court. But he found the power to rise against the High King and defeat him. It's enough to make you think there's something to his god, Tirnoch. The House of Sorrows is home to the lovelorn, the desperate, and those ravaged by hope. Together, my brethren and I took back what the world had taken from us. Now, the Tuatha have taken our people, our houses, and our self-respect. We grieve at these losses, but we shall take them back by whatever means necessary.
Now see, splitting the party with a teleport spell, that's already kind of a douche move right there.
The House of Vengeance was a place of fierce honor and stoic determination that made granite seem soft and fickle. But not anymore. When Gadflo rose up, he unleashed their bottled hatred and turned it against the mortals. Now, they're led by a vicious cur, more beast than fae. No need to be surprised. We know that you seek the corpse collector. Secrets are among our specialties. It wasn't so long ago that you were working with him here. But then, that was a lifetime ago for you, wasn't it?
Oh no. I think I see where this is going.
We're only a shadow of what we were before Godflow poisoned our minds. Seems natural for embodiments of decay, doesn't it? But unlike our lighter siblings in the Summer Court, we'll fight to cleanse the Tuatha from our lands, just as any wounded animal would. Prismere has always grown in our lands, but only with a surge of magic into our world was it anything other than a simple gem.
Oh my god, that is like the first sign of a bad GM. I'm going to use Wish as a blunt object so that I can make sure that my characters can do whatever they want to.
Tuatha have corrupted the very soul of the Unseelie, twisting our people, stealing our noble houses, and driving our true leaders into exile. I've tried to get the Unseelie to unite against them. By the time we realized their threat, it was too late. But I'll not give up.
Oh, that's so bad. I'm going to do a thing. Oh, no, sorry, you're not allowed to do the thing. Well, I'm going to cast Wish and then do the thing anyway, so screw you. Why would she even have Wish? That's ridiculous. Oh, that's infuriating.
These swamps can be
You go
treacherous.
ahead. It's been some time since Sidon and I had a chance to talk.
Indeed, Agar. I hear on the winds that you laid down your sword and drowned yourself in drink when you learned the ways of fate. And yet here you are, sword in hand, again the victor. How is this? Do the winds lie to me?
It's a long tale. It started when I sobered up long enough to go bury a friend of mine in Alistar Tower. Or rather, that's what I had planned to do.
Alright, that's cool. They're having an old chat over there. Pretty sure this happened right after they had to fight an overpowered dragon like 5 times because it kept coming back to life. Ugh! You killed my boss. I hate that. I'm gonna have him. Now he's alive again. Now you have to fight him one more time. Fight the boss again. That was too easy. Fight him again. Terrible. But also for whatever. Couldn't tell you what happened. Of course. Makes perfect sense. Absolutely infuriating right there. Alright, so now we're back to some yellow name enemies. Might actually get a challenge here. Watch as I don't regret that. Oh, come on. Oh man, this guy's really like dancing out of my range. I think it was the vampire lady because threatened to hurt the rest of us. Alright, I gotta start picking up items again now that they're probably dropping good items. Right. Yeah, let me hear about this dragon too. Like I said, whatever bad GMing stories you got, I want to hear them. I can't get enough bad GMing stories.
It was a time of change. The cycles of the seasons turned as ever, but inside the bones of the earth, there lurked a cold. It was not the cold of winter. Beside the houses of sorrows, pride and vengeance, a new turmoil fomented. A magic hitherto unseen.
Oh, of course, naturally. You have to fight a dragon, but it's the special magical dragon that I wrote myself. And he's special and unique, and you've never heard about him. And he's also immune to everything, and he's strong against everything. The old guy's like, give me the sword, and we said no, so he started to fight us as a dragon. He literally died, oh no. A blood-soaked journal, let's check this out. Let me read this real quick. The Journal of Jalnar Reigen. Ilera herself has arrived with someone. They say she bears a weapon capable of defeating the demon. I do not know, but I hope it is true. 6 years of fighting. I do not remember when they stopped paying me, but I stay. Something about these Alfar. They do not speak our language or listen to the sea and storm, but they have a sort of honor. And the Tuatha. These dogs deserve to die. They are monstrous, like nothing nature ever blessed. I fight now because I have seen what they do, and know in my heart it must not be good. Tomorrow it will be over one way or another. If I survive, I will go home to the ice brine and see my brother. Oops, did not survive. Dragon grappled you with their mouth, and you end up dropping the sword inside the dragon's mouth. Oh, how convenient. How super duper convenient. Oh my god, that's we shoved it up the dragon's nose. Right? It's at that point it's just clear you're getting screwed over. No two ways about it. Alright, that was quick, even having to fight a Tuatha. And somehow it falls to the ground, and then somehow Kron manages to catch it from like 50 feet up. Oh my god. This story is getting more ridiculous. I love it. Can't use two-handed weapons while grappled. That is true. That is correct. Can confirm. Diamond Sword is, quote, based off a great sword. Based off. What is it? This is a game with rules. Explain which rule it is. Oh, well, it's my magic special sword, so it's not really like anything in those books. It's something different. Unique and magical and special. No one's ever seen it before. So then Kron gets to kill the dragon while you're dead. Oh.
Winter is strong in this place. When first the Fae walked into its depths, it bore great fossils, bones of beasts greater and more terrifying than we Fae. But for all their strength, the earth at their feet lasted longer. It sapped their strength.
For you. Sorry about that. Nightbot's a little touchy about caps. I really keep meaning to fix that. I'll do that tonight. I'll up the caps threshold a little bit. It's probably a little low. I've got it set now to, I think, like 25 caps in one post. Which is kind of a lot, but this is coming from a guy that, and you know, I use caps all the damn time, so I really shouldn't be, putting it like that. So even though you'd basically killed it solo, it just needed one more hit. No, I'd be bitter about that too. That is I mean, that's such an obvious screw job right there. That's so obviously just saying screw you. No. I'm gonna kill you off, I'm gonna take your sword, I'm gonna give somebody else all the glory. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh, I missed something up there, didn't I? Or, oh no, I haven't been up there? I don't think I've been up there. So I get to keep the sword, right? Not solo, just almost final hit. Get to keep the sword, right? Of course. Strong breeze would have snapped the dragon right in half. Had one hit left, or, you know, whatever was most convenient for the idea the GM had in his head.
What are you doing out here? Did Captain Drafan send you? Tell him I'll be along shortly. I've got some unfinished business brewing here.
Unfinished business?
By unfinished business, I mean Deadeye, Tuatha assassin, responsible for hundreds of Alfar deaths in the war. The two of us just crossed paths here in the wood not half a day past. I hunted the monsters to shatter tier mines. You're the hero of Mel Senshir, right? Think you can lend a hand?
Sure, I'll kill it.
Deadeye's inside. I don't dare to go in alone. Hundreds of my brethren have fallen to that creature. But you killed the Baelor. So I'll stand here and cover the exit with my bow. You can venture into Shattertear and hunt the hunter, so to speak.
What should I expect?
Judging from the amount of blood I've seen, Deadeye's probably wounded pretty bad, which means gutting the monster will be all the more risky. Don't underestimate the danger.
Doesn't matter because of buffs. Oh, untrue. Give it to the proficient one. Let him get the most out of it. And they've already got magical armor and weapons. You don't need it then.
No one knows her actual Tuatha name. I probably couldn't pronounce it even if I did. What I do know is that she doesn't miss. Not with that fabled bow of hers. As I said, hundreds of my fallen brothers bear witness to that.
Long story short, your sword now. Well, that's a win at least. You can take that.
I don't remember what I did before the war. That time is all hazy to me now. I've been killing for so long, I wonder if even my family would recognize me.
All that really matters at the end of the day is getting the loots.
Leader of the Ariad and my commander. We're scouts who serve the Alfar interests in Cluricon. Drafan's a stickler for the rules, but that's all right. Sometimes rules are useful.
Well, getting the loots and having fun, I suppose, but usually the fun comes from getting the loots. They go hand in hand. Gotta get those loots. So yeah, you're all freaking out because you're dead, understandably. Alright, this will be the first dungeon I've seen in the new area, so let's see how this goes. Alright, so I'm pretty OP at this point, so it doesn't look like I have to worry too much about the enemies in this area for a while. Most likely. Which I'm okay with. Wow, 2 blues. You're about to leave and you hear the dragon calling you fools. Of course. Of course, you can't just defeat the GM's favorite monster. No, no. I can't let that stand. It's the gem of your GM's irritated with your gameplay. Very powerful, very rare. I'm kidding, it's very common. Depressingly common. Alright, getting some good loot in here so far. Good start to the session at least. Grab that chest over here before I head deeper into the cave. Magical resurrecting dragon. You can't kill my dragon. He's got a thing in his mouth that brings him back to life whenever you kill him. Yeah, because he's my cool special dragon. Speaking as a lifelong GM, GMs, man, screw those guys. Seriously. Sweet, drop on the big fat guy. Oh my god, I love knockback immunity so much. Got enough armor that I just don't have to care. Just stand here swiping at these guys. Look at that. Just tuck him right down. So later on, you end up fighting a demon army, a devil army, and the dragon ear fort. Sure, that's not unreasonable. Totally doable. Not a problem at all. And I mean, I understand if it's like, oh, this is my favorite character, but that's the problem too. You got to be willing to roll with the punches. Change the story as needs be. That's how GMing is. No one else had ever gotten that far. They should be rewarded for that. Not punished. Had good gameplay, pressed in there. Makes sense, right? Show him something new. Show him something special for getting all the way there. Oh, there's Deadeye. Alright, sweet. Taking these guys out with some Earth Shatter. Nice. Oh, I didn't get the stun on either of them, though. Luckily, he's going to be very fast. I get the Battle Frenzy. I take his friend out on Battle Frenzy. And then I got 2x Battle Frenzy. Oh my god, I killed her with a Ricochet! Oh, did you see that? Oh, that is a wicked way to end a fight right there. And she has a unique bow, too. Awesome! That Ricochet! Oh, I'm gonna need to clip that later. That was amazing. So you kill the dragon, but he comes back again. You rolled a 20, which with this sword is an automatic dragon beheading. Oh no. I can feel newbie GM rage from over here. But that's not fair, my dragon. Oh, hard luck. Come on. Come on. Oh, it was right there. Oh, come on. I gotta be super close on this thing. There we go. I had to have been off by less than a millimeter. That's depressing. Alright, so killed the assassin. Kind of disappointed the assassin didn't have anything to say. That felt like a little more of an anticlimax. If the assassin didn't have anything to say, then just kind of became, here's a Tuatha with a bow, and you just kill her. And I know, again, I've said before, not every side quest can be a masterpiece, but I felt like they could have done a little something more with it, right? Maybe? Had to fight it at full health for a third time. Just keeps getting better and better. Now it's sitting on the bottom of the lake outside our fort. Good. Dead. Finish the thing off finally. I'm just imagining you guys just giving the GM death stares. So now it's dead, right? Shooting daggers out of your eyes. Oh, yeah, I guess. I guess we'll call him dead now. Now you killed him 3 times at full health.
Deadeye is finished then. Well done, warrior. Take this gold for your troubles. And now, I best return to Captain Drafan. He'll want a full report.
And you never got at the Dragon Horde. Why not?
Farewell.
Oh, that is a cheat. Huge cheat. You gotta get the Dragon Horde. Screwed. I gotta hear the reason why you weren't able to get to the Dragon Horde. That seems completely, totally unfair. Was it just because he was dead and you couldn't, there was no way to find it, or what? Because that would have made a good side quest in and of itself. Track down the Dragon's Horde now that he's dead. I'd be down for that. Seems fun. To be fair, you killed 2 dragons and got one's horde, and then found some other dragon's horde later on. Well, that is a lot of hordes then, so that kind of makes up for it. Could be worse. At least you're not totally without treasure. You got some loot in there. Oh, who's even coming at me? Oh, just one mergate. You made a mistake, dude. Sorry. Nice try, though. Alright, anything interesting in here? No, just some regular loot. Alright, where am I heading? East? Yeah, let's keep heading east. Oh, it's like a dimensional portal or something? And now that he's dead, there's no way to open it back up. Well, how does he get in his own horde? Does he just have to reach down his throat every time you get to it? I'm not sure I'd want that as a horde. No one really cares that much anymore. Understandably, just kind of want to wash your hands with the whole
A
thing.
group of Winter Fae, called the House of Sorrows, have built their lives around the Midden. They feed and tend the bodies there, and sanctify the ground with what dead they bring. It is they who preserve the culture of our people, and make this the cradle of winter. For their part, they have been given a beacon, a small sapling of white bark and red leaves, growing from the bodies in the Midden. They call it the Hallowed Tree.
He pukes treasure. I'm going to be imagining that for the rest of the night now. Pukes treasure. That's amazing. She almost quit D&D. I don't blame her. That sounds infuriating. It really does. Oh, good. Another one of these assholes. Oh, come on. Of course it's spiders. It's always spiders. Alright, I gotta get to this guy before my spell wears off. Kronak, that was it. Freaking hate Kronak. Alright, he's down, and the spiders probably won't take all that long to mop up. Hopefully. I can just keep our target here. Take him out one at a time. There we go. He also poops rainbow sherbet. Well, of course. You know, once you're puking treasure, you gotta go all the way. Don't stop halfway. Gotta go full on weird dragon. Full weird dragon. It is 5 a.m. If I hadn't immediately killed him, she probably would have. You've been ranting for half an hour. I'm glad I could let you get it out of your system. I feel good about that. I feel like I have done a duty this day. This is my legacy. Legacy of rage. D&D rage. Ew. Of course the spider sack's full of freaking bones. What else did I think was going to be in there? Wait, why am I going in here? Do I have any reason to go in here? No, I don't think I have a quest for there yet. I'll come back to it. No worries. Alright, I think that's this whole area for right now. So, let's head off to the area to the east. Worst thing since the dragon, that's... Why? What's the worst? If you had to sum it up, what's the very worst? Give me the huge, terrible, infuriating one. Like the time you were put on a slave ship and then wanted to kill someone instead of taking them prisoner, and that was going to make you evil. But no one but the DM knew this. Ah! Seriously, this is insane.
I have waited some time for you to come, Siegebreaker, and it seems that my patience has, at least, been worthwhile. The House of Sorrows has need of your might. Aid us, and you will earn a strong ally in the war against the Tuatha De'On.
What do you need?
Like your Alfar allies, we Winterfae suffer under the Tuatha's onslaught. And like the Alfar, we Winterfae need a champion. But it is a difficult position we are in, mortal. The Fae are not like your kind. We have different priorities, different threats. We need someone who understands that.
Character Heike's, he hates slavery and gets anxious at the idea of becoming a slave. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's understandable for, I imagine there's a lot of D&D characters that would have that kind of background.
You may call me Bizarrain. I represent one of the great houses of the Winter Court, the House of Sorrows. This war with the Tuatha has worn the house to all but dust. We Fae are ill-equipped to handle such change. But your kind, you mortals, can bear it.
Alright, yeah, I'll help these guys out.
It is not a simple task I ask of you. I have only approached you because you show the potential of use. You must still prove your worth. Go to the midden and find the place called the Proving Halls. This hearthstone will grant you access. Once you are within the halls, my questions will be answered.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically within the character of all D&D, right? If your character is threatened with some terrible fate, you're gonna fight it. I think that's fair. So for Christmas, the DM gives you miscellaneous items. Interesting. I do love this sword a lot. Get a lot of mileage out of the killing these stupid spiders. I think I'm not too long before I'm gonna have to stop in town and sell some of these off. Why? Because it's Christmas, Al. It's a nice thing to do for your players, I think. Alright, so I've got a quest here. Which quest is here? Oh, that's where I have to meet Sidon at. Yeah, it seems like kind of a cute little way to do Christmas. Last year it gives you a buff for melee weapons that increases the range from 5 to 10 feet. Oh my god, that's broken. It's insanely broken.
Can't believe we beat you here. Sidon...
It is agreeable to see you, Siegebreaker. Cluricon can be inhospitable at times, as the Tuatha have learned. We've made sure of it.
You said you could help us.
So I did. We are the Bitter Frost, the last few remnants of free Winter Fae. We have refused to bend knee to Gadflow or his god. Our numbers are few, but we have fought our kin as best we can. The once noble houses of sorrow, pride, and vengeance have all fallen under Gadflow's sway. Until they're freed, the Tuatha's ranks will continue to swell with the faithful.
And these weren't like randomly doled out gifts. This was something the GM knew. Something the GM knew that you were going to get. The only melee weapon you had was the talking sword that you can't further enhance. And the GM knew this. This was something that they knew going into giving you the gift.
You can't fight a war on your own. And even if you could, you'd find your path barred by the House of Pride, as well as the House of Vengeance. You need a way to strike at their heart. A way to reach Gadflow himself. And we know how you can get there.
What can I do?
Blind him. Cut out his tongue. Draw the venom from our land. Only then will we be able to begin to strike at Alabastra. The Tuatha have built Brismere chantries across Cluricon. From here, Gadflow rallies the faithful, preaches the word of Tirnoch, and corrupts our land. Destroy these chantries and disrupt Gadflow's ability to infect its land. Without Gadflow to guide them, the Tuatha in Cluricon will be disorganized and scattered. When this is done, he'll take you to Ventrinio. He can help you breach Alabastra.
Where are the chantries?
There are 3 of them, to the south and east. Kill their guards, then smash their crystals and be done with them. Gadflow will try to stop you, but it's just a harmless projection. He can't hurt you. At least, not directly.
Knowing this, I asked him about it, and he was like, lol, no, you can't add it to the talking sword, nice try. And I'm like, okay, so I have nothing to do with this. Decides to give me something else, something that might help my bow at least, and he decides to add it to the talking sword anyway, which you no longer have. Oh, but Merry Christmas right there, GM. Holy crap.
We are the remains of the Winter Fae. Refugees from the capital of Bale. Outcasts from the houses. And those who escaped Prisme Blades. The Tuatha have taken our court and our birthrights. And for that, we will take their lives to restore a balance once again.
Well, it's so nice of the GM to give you that buff for somebody else to use. What the heck?
The Tuatha built chantries of Prismere in the heart of Cluricon. From here, Gadflow watches, and his toxic prayers seep into the heart of every Winter Fae. No Fae can withstand their power up close, and no House of the Winter Court can be free until those abominations are destroyed.
Alright, at that count, at that part it sounds like he's trolling you. He's gotta be trolling you, right?
When mortals think of Fae, they prefer to think of a summer court. And why not? They're radiant and true, even if they are too full of themselves. By all means, pretend all the Fae are like them. You'd never dare go to sleep if you truly understood the rest of us.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, isn't the Torque of the Titans a strength item? Isn't that not gonna help you as a ranged character any?
Break the tyrant's grip.
That is
So few
insane.
of the Winter Court left to stand against the Tuatha.
So you literally got nothing. He's pretty bitter towards her. I'm getting that. I'm kind of getting that sense. Jeez. That does not sound like a fun GM to have. I'm just going to go ahead and say that straight up. That sounds kind of like a terrible GM, as a matter of fact. Yeah, your point. I see your point, definitely. And you're still playing with this guy, though? 'Cause that's a little bit crazy, I gotta say. I mean, I understand still wanting to play, and I understand especially if he's a friend of yours, but... That sounds really frustrating to put up with. I didn't even notice the guy behind me. Stun lock. Oh, I forgot these guys have shields too. Did I kill the guy behind me with bounce shots again? That's amazing. Yeah, she'd never wear it for aesthetic purposes alone. Understandably, understandably. Only playing because the other people in the group. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a bad situation to be in. Shoot, I forgot I can't block these guys. Too big, too tough. Gotta roll out of the way. And that shield. It's weird, I think. You get this far in the game, and besides from these brutes, nobody else uses shields. Oh, I got an achievement for that, for opening up a whole bunch of chests that need to be dispelled. Was worried I wasn't going to get that one. But yeah, for things like that, it's, you know, as a good player, that's what you gotta do. You gotta say, you gotta look at this buff and say, well, sure, this buff would be good in a purely gaming sense, but my character wouldn't do this, you know. If you're, as long as you're concerned about the story and the characters, sometimes you've got to make that call and say, I can't, I just can't. High-key bitter that your character doesn't have as much romantic sexual interest in his rogue NPC. I don't know I could be more disgusted with this GM. I'll try. I'll see if I can summon some more disgust, but that's actually gross. This is straight up gross. On behalf of all GMs, I want to apologize for terrible DMing. Just frustrating. Oh, this guy's blocking all my attacks. Gets me into the wall, so I can't roll out of the way either. Alright, got him stunned off of the rebound. Shoot, that didn't last long. Got him stun locked from the back though, that was lucky. Ten minions, so his turn is like 30 hours long. Gets an extra full round. That's a little broken as well. definitely sounds like a winner here. Generally summons a lot of monsters. Alright. Alright, what do we got over here? Oh, there's a lorestone here. I hate when lorestones are inside caves, because there's such a good chance to miss them and they're tough to see from the map.
You may think I'm lying, but unfortunately I'm telling the truth as I saw it then anyway. This thing was a fleeting companion, but a companion nonetheless. Do you hear? It's the earthly moans of time. Listless motes of cavern dust, the crumbled ruin beneath our feet. All the ordained path of the blessed. You have found their way, their home, their solace. You're near them. No, I was wrong.
+2 full rounds of attacks. There have been entire game systems, not like D&D, but other role-playing systems, that I've had to abandon just because the turns get too long sometimes. That can be really irritating, especially if you've got a decent-sized group. If you've got like 4 or 5 people as players, the turns that go that long are just unacceptable. You're going to bore the crap out of your group. They're not going to have anything to do. It's just bad stuff. There's nothing good that will come of that. I don't care how powerful they are. How did I get back here? Weird. Oh, this is where the, oh, this is where I killed the assassin. Right. Huh. Must have been a secret passage back in there. 5 people in the group, not counting the DM. Yeah, that's way too big to be having turns take that long. You gotta either find some way to cut it down or, I don't know, have them change their spec or something. That is a really huge problem. If you had it, you'd have 8 attacks, if not 10, depending on what weapon you're using. That is a lot of dice rolling, like, all the time. Maybe a little too much dice rolling all the time. Just a little bit. I might actually, God forbid, I might actually get tired of rolling dice with 10 attacks per turn. And I'm certain everybody else in the group would get tired of me rolling dice because that's all they'd be doing most games, is watching me roll dice. Over and over and over again. Get like grooves in the table in front of you from where you're rolling all the time. Bad stuff. Ah, missed that follow-up, but got him stunned. Yeah, oops, I would have taken that except got unstunned before I could finish him. You're the main physical attacker in the group. Kron follows you, but he likes summoning things. That can be a really fun spec if you're the guy that just summons everything. Everyone else just casts spells. That's a tough party. That is a really tricky party to deal with, because that means that you've got a lot of people that need protecting, and not a lot of people that are able to soak up damage like that. I can see that being really tricky. I mean, good on you if you can make it work, but that's definitely dangerous. Alright, how am I doing on inventory space? Ooh, I'm getting very close to full. Gotta be careful about that. Let's head around. I think there's a town up ahead. Looks like there might be one anyway. Hopefully I'll be able to sell stuff on there. Take out this Lian Shi first. No, let's take out the Venom Spinner. No thought at all when you're a Christmas present. It sure as hell sounds like it. Or if any thought was put into it, it was, how can I give the most worthless, infuriating Christmas present possible? Dragon Cohort. I actually took a peek for it. This is the thing that he did that's the worst. This I gotta hear. Now we're getting to the good stuff. Because basically DM controls most of what Khan's Dragon does and says. Alright, yeah, I've seen some I've seen that done, sure. Oh, I'm running out of lockpicks. Gotta remember to pick up some lockpicks next time I'm in town. Somebody remind me if I forget, because I'm gonna forget. Alright, so... For all that I was worried about the difficulty once I came across the sea, this hasn't been too bad. I mean, obviously the monsters are taking some hits again, but overall, this is doable. Oh, is that wrong? Oh shoot, is that a wizard out there somewhere? Yes it is. Take care of this venom spinner and then... Oh, the spider's going after the wizard. Awesome. Let them duke it out a little bit. He starts a fight right over here. Oh shit, he killed one of the House of Sorrows guards. Oh, that's brutal.
You have come, as he said you might. Have you found our king, Bizarane, waiting for you in Cursewood? The Winter Fae need your help, but it is only Bizarane's place to tell you of our plight. Remember.
Alright, I think she's a skill trainer too. Let's see what he's got.
Seek out Bizarane in Cursewood. Only then will you find access to this house.
Ah, so I gotta...
Remember.
Shoot, I gotta keep going with that quest before I can get in there. Alright, let me head a little farther in and see if I can pick up those side quests before I head back. I think that'll save me some time in the long run. And maybe some teleport points here too. I think that's one. Yeah, the Proving Hall. Sweet. I can just teleport back there and do whatever that quest is. Yo, Zero! What is going on, man? How are you doing this evening?
Solemn, solemn, hallowed tree, glory to the graveyard be. Far from forests of the west, do the dying have this rest.
Just never involved, so it doesn't make sense. Yes, Zero, we've been talking about Dungeons and Dragons of all things, and we've been talking about people running bad stories in Dungeons and Dragons. But for the record, ladies and gentlemen, this is Zero right here. He is a friend of the stream, and he streams a little later than I do, around 7. It would be about 7 a.m. Central Time. So if you like the things I do, he's another variety streamer, go ahead and click right there and give him a follow. You might enjoy him. Having dinner right now. What's for dinner, Zero?
Another mortal approaches, even as this one's blood has yet to dry. But my desire to extinguish mortal life has yet to be satiated. Come, you seem a warrior. Why not fight me?
Look at this guy. Hey, I've never seen you before. Let's fight.
Excellent. I hope you provide more of a challenge than this pathetic wretch did. Enough of this. I have fought more than enough mortals on your terms, on your ground. Let us see if you are as powerful in my domain. We will finish this fight in my hollow, Tyne Hill. The magics of the Midden run strong in that place. I will be unbeatable!
Who the hell is this guy? Just stood there while I wailed on him.
You did it! What no one else has done. You actually bested that monster. It is much to ask, but none in our camp have been able to stand against him. You must answer his challenge. Fight him again. Kill him, for the sake of our mission.
Just salad with assorted leaves and a green apple? Well, that sounds nice to end a day up. So you're trying to gather information on dragon tests and how they work. You go to the location that's supposed to be the site of an ancient library and find an evil staff that my character picks up and gets nasty visions from. Alright, sounds standard so far.
We don't know. He's not to Arthur, but he damn near fights like one. He's been coming here, dueling us one by one. There's some sick point he means to prove by gutting us. And those he doesn't kill outright are dragged back into the midden with him. Please, we're scouts, not seasoned fighters. We can't complete our mission if this headsman continues picking us off.
I'll fight him. This dude's crazy. Also, it's really stupid because he just stood there while I wailed on him.
Thank the gods. If he called you to Tynehill, then that means you'll have to fight him there. But be warned, this Fae uses magics we haven't seen before. It's like he's feeding on the energies of this place. Or worse, there are those that fall to the headsman, but then there are others, prisoners. What he does with them in Tynehill, no one knows.
I'm really curious about this guy. This guy's creepy as hell.
He's in Tynehill. It's a hollow, somewhere in the midden, I think. But he's only been coming here recently. I cannot tell for certain.
Alright, so he made that specific decision not to touch it. And so he has the dragon pick it up and stare at it for no reason, of course.
He's a winter fae. We do not know his name. He comes and butchers one of us, and makes the rest watch. Calls it justice. We don't know why. He just picks one of us, gives them a blade, and cuts them down. Alpha or human, fighter or no. I hate that damn thing. The Tuatha are using it to lord our own dead over us. I aim to do something about it.
And why would he even know to touch the chain, not the gem itself? That's insane.
Plurakan has its dark places, but the midden, it's hard to even stand here. I don't know how you make it look so easy. But we've been sent here for a reason, and we'll stay until we see it through. Suppose I'm the only one that still holds rank around here anymore. My brother Gilman was leading us, but...
Oh, of course, he can't just touch it by the chain or anything.
Find the headsman. Bring him to justice.
Man, things are grim in this part of the world.
Mitharu bless you.
I kind of expected that, but it's not just the Tuatha.
Mitharu, and may his blessing be upon you for visiting this humble camp. I am Kriga, a humble cleric of Mitharu. I have accompanied these noble Alpha in peace, and I would make use of you in my mission if you are willing.
What do you need me to do?
The world needs to know how many of Mitharu's children gave their lives to fighting these heathen Tuatha. You will find an earring upon each soldier who has been slain. Bring the earrings to me, and I will be able to tally the dead.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm glad to have your help. The soldiers, their bodies are strewn throughout the midden. Every one has made the ultimate sacrifice in service. Collect the earrings from them, and I will give you what I can. Thank you for this, Wanderer. The world must know. On the corpses of our unfortunate brethren, you can find these bodies strewn throughout the midden.
So the dragon cohort that you're supposed to be controlling just sort of forces you to make sure that the plot moves forward like that, despite the fact you go out of your way to make sure it doesn't happen.
I'm a humble servant of Mitharu. My abbot asked me to refrain from coming here, but I knew someone had to bring faith to those who suffer. I thought to count the dead, so the history might know the enormity of the bloodshed. But even that has escaped me.
Jimmy, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. He's old enough to know how not to touch it, but is not old enough to know not to touch it at all.
A horrid place. This is the holy ground of these winter fae? This is the form their worship takes? This is nothing but a celebration of death and dismemberment. Mitharu, take me, but the Alpha should not stop at just the Tuatha, it seems.
That is really frustrating when you say, hey, we as a group have made this decision. And then the GM's like, well, I didn't want you to make that decision, so I'm just going to stomp all over it. Especially if it was a smart decision. When you make the right decision, and the GM's like, no, I need you to do the stupid thing here, so I'm just going to force it.
A grotesque monument. That the Fae worship trees is barbarous enough. But does this House of Sorrows find it so saintly to treat bodies so?
It's one of the very base tenets of role-playing games that you have to have your own agency. You have to be able to make your own decisions. Otherwise, what's the point of even being there?
Wait a moment. You are not part of the army, are you? What are you doing here? No matter. We are injured here and need someone fit enough to venture into the Midden to recover some important reconnaissance. Somewhere in this mess of bodies is the corpse of my former scout, Venris. He was carrying the information when the Tuatha caught him.
Where can I find the body?
All I know is that it is somewhere in the Midden, along with thousands of other corpses. But Venris was an unusual scout, and that might help us track him. You see, Venris bonded strongly with a wolf when we first arrived here. The wolf still lives, and I have no doubt he can find his master's body. Follow him.
Made her bluff as an octopus because people didn't believe she was a real octopus, but she literally would have been a real octopus. And Zero, you have no idea why people call Zelda an RPG. I've had that argument with people before. I think I was having that argument at work of all places. Zelda's not an RPG because you don't have any statistics. There's not really a story. It's a top-down action adventure. That's all it is. It's not an RPG. And I will continue correcting people forever that want to make that mistake. Obviously, the octopus was the culprit. Well, obviously, these people are all master detectives on this ship, then.
Even if you knew what Venris looked like, it would not make finding him amongst all these bodies any easier. The wolf knows Venris's scent. He can track it through the Midden and lead you directly to the body.
Yeah, sure, I'll help if I can.
Very well. I'll release the wolf now. Follow him and make sure nothing happens to him before he finds Venris. Without him, we have no means of singling Venris's body out from all of the others.
Forever! Didn't even give her a bonus for literally being an octopus. You'd think if you're trying to convince someone you're an octopus, that literally being an octopus would help your case. Maybe a little bit. Literally actually being an octopus would help convince people. Yeah, it's Ness from Earthbound looking absolutely apoplectic with rage, and I love that. Makes me laugh every time I see that. I have enjoyed those stories, Simdust. Thank you for telling them. If you ever want to tell more stories on your stream, I'd enjoy that as well. Heck, let me give a shout out to Simdust as well. Hang on just a moment. I should have done that before. Because Simdust is another streamer that I watch a lot, and you should, anyone in here that isn't following Simdust, you should click on that and give her a follow too. She's a lot of fun, very chill. Starting to do some craft streams too, which are also very chill. Just a good hangout stream, very enjoyable.
I have released Venris's wolf out into the Midden. I am hoping the beast can track down the body of his master. If you follow the wolf, then you should have no difficulty in reaching Venris's corpse. Otherwise, there will be no easy way to find Venris.
Aw, thanks, Zero. Yeah, you get cool cats whenever you follow in her stream, so you get the cool cats here now.
It was Venris's pet, and also his friend. They often went on scouting missions together. The two were inseparable. Please, hurry!
Oh, it just started raining over here. I hope you can't hear that on stream. I have to get up and close the window if it starts thundering out here. Oh, yeah, it's starting to thunder. Shoot. Well, this is a new problem. Oop. Oh, two of them, come on! This is new. Oh my god, these guys have a lot of health too. How is it they have this much health? Holy crap. Alright. We're gonna need to take extreme measures. There we go. Holy crap, these guys have a lot of health. Alright. I gotta see if I can take this chronic out before my mode ends. There we go. Let's finish off the other two. How do they have this much health? You and Al still don't get shoutouts. You and Al don't stream. Nerd. Shoutouts to Jay Busy and Al too. They don't stream, but I guess shoutouts anyway. They're cool people. I'll give them shoutouts for being cool people. Al, Jimmy, you are cool people. There's your shoutouts right there. Enjoy them. My gifts to you. Alright, hopefully this wolf doesn't lead me into any more traps like that, because I don't know if I can do another fight like that. That was insane. I don't know why those guys had so much health. That was crazy. That wasn't even like a boss, or probably not even considered a mini-boss. Just sort of a, not technically a random encounter. It was planned for this storyline, I'm sure, but my gosh, that was a lot. I mean, these guys are pretty easy just because they're Paragorda. They're slow and they're easy to wail on. You may not have your own stream, but you make occasional appearances in Sim stream. Well, that's why I shouted out Sim. That means by shouting out Sim, I'm basically shouting out you, Jibby. Oh my god, is that piles of bodies down there? Is the river dammed with piles of bodies? Wow! This place is hella gross. Incredigross. I guess I didn't know what to expect when coming to this place. This is a bad town. Hey, nobody, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy what you see. We are just chatting about Dungeons and Dragons and playing some Kingdoms of Amalur here. And I am having some tough times because I'm in the last quarter of the game here. Incredigross, yes, that is a word I'm using now. We're making that happen. The same reaction to piles of dead bodies. You have the... What, you react with Incredigross 2L? I thought that was my word here. Way back there, it looked like the river was dammed with piles of bodies. It was super gross. Oh, these guys. I got Relentless Assault off. This one doesn't seem like he has as much health as the other one. That was just unacceptable how much health that guy had. That might even have been a bug. I'm gonna say that could have been a bug. You ever thought about streaming, Jibby? Maybe playing some Dota on stream or something? Seems like you play enough. Oh, you can hear the thunder from over here. Part of that's a train, I think, in the background. Alright, that should just settle it down a little. Or is it a thunder out by you? Is that what you mean, Sim? Either way. Oh, it just thundered over there. Well, not get any sleep now. Yeah, it sounds like we're gonna get. It sounds like we're gonna get a nice storm over here. So, may as well close the window now. I close the window so I don't get water in here anyway. Storm coming to a Florida region? Yeah, I think I heard there was a tropical storm brewing. Hopefully that doesn't build up too much, but that's way far away from me, so I wouldn't be following that news too closely. Alright, and... oh, he's dead. But he's got the reconnaissance. Storm coming everywhere. Yeah, I sleep better during storms most of the time, but if the thunder is really, really loud, then it's like as soon as I'm about to fall asleep, the thunder will wake me right up. But the actual sound of rain, that puts me to sleep so fast. How's my day going? My day is going great, nobody. Thanks for asking. Yeah, enjoy the game. Like I said, I'm in the last quarter right now, so you're seeing way advanced here, but I hope you enjoy it. Oh, I was gonna read this scouting report, but it's coded, which is good. Yeah, it should be coded. Looks like it's in like Morse code too, but I'm not gonna try and sort it out because that's not my bag whatsoever. The idea that nobody's gonna rob me in heavy rain makes you comfortable. That's true. I've never even thought about it that way. Al, not afraid of the not a fan of the thunder and lightning. That I can respect too. You know, I love thunderstorms, but trying to get asleep during a thunderstorm, I'll sometimes have trouble just because of the noise. But I used to have my bed with the headboard right next to the window, and that used to. It was my favorite thing to sleep during storms. It was so relaxing, the sound of the rain.
As the dead embrace the land in the earth's embalming hand.
Oh, so it looks like the lorestones in this area are going to be super creepy. That's fun. Super creepy lorestones. Right, lockpicks. I need to pick up more lockpicks. Shoot. I gotta drop off my items too. So let's start walking back to town. We'll start walking back to town. We'll hit those lorestones that we missed on the way back. And then when we get to town, we should be able to clear out items real quick. That shouldn't take too long. And then we can get back to our business at hand. Oh yeah, there is traffic to worry about. That's one of those things you don't really think about till you're an adult. It's like when you're a kid and you're like, oh, I love snow, until the first time you actually have to shovel snow, and it's incredibly infuriating. And then suddenly you don't like snow so much anymore.
Wooden gravestones standing tall by the sorrow's weary hall. Are the leaves now bearing fruit? Will the dead now follow suit?
No, you're right there, nobody. The air does feel nicer when there's a storm. That is true. Al, you want to see the river of dead bodies? Sure. Let me show you the river of dead bodies. No, a thunderstorm, you get that ozone out there from the lightning. Yeah, here we go. River of corpses. You can see them down there. Whole bunch of them behind the bones. See them right in front of me. A whole bunch of them stacked right there. Oh, this place is hella gross. You asked, Al. You asked. Never had to shovel snow growing up. You're very lucky. I never had to shovel snow growing up either, but nowadays, when it snows, gotta shovel. And that is never, ever any fun. I think I gotta start bulking up just for winter to make sure I can shovel properly. Make sure I can get it all out of the way. Thanks for sharing, nobody. Of course. I just want to bring joy on my stream. That's all I'm here for. Put smiles on faces.
Are the Alfar nature's meat food the ravens meant to eat? Why do soldiers hang like tears? Why Tuatha covet fears?
This is giving me Vincent Price vibes. Oh, this is the gallows tree they were telling me about. Oh, with all the people hanging, this is where they bring the corpses of all the soldiers. Oh, and look at these branches like spider legs. I can see why the soldiers don't want this place. Oh man. I definitely want there to be a storyline mission about burning this tree down. That would be amazing. You only ever get like 3 inches in the south, hardly ever a foot. Well, we don't usually get a foot, but definitely more than 3 inches usually. A foot would be pretty unusual out here, but it happens. It does happen.
Hanging gallows tree, spreading baleful tyranny, ruined terror of the war, hallowed ground for nevermore.
If you want, you can help me shovel this year. I'd love to, but you know, as amazing as that sounds, I just, I don't look at the time. Now, at least the difference is, even though we get so much more snow out here, we're much more used to dealing with snow. We got a lot of snow plows out there. We keep a big stock of salt in the off season, so we've got plenty of salt to salt the roads with. So, snows that would cripple other areas, we can actually get it dealt with pretty fast. In most areas, at least. If you live way off the beaten path, then you might... Oh! Holy crap! You guys hear that? Wow! Some serious thunder back there. That actually rattled the windows a bit. It was intense. Rip Jimmy. Oh, you just came home from work, shovel before bed. Yeah, right. Yeah, no one in the south actually cares until it snows. Oh, one piece of my equipment just broke. What broke? I haven't fixed anything in a long time. For you, it's gotta go to work, shovel before you leave. Yeah. No, that's what I hate, is shoveling before I have to leave anywhere. That is infuriating. Oh, of course my sword was broken. That might explain why I was doing no damage. Looks like that's all that needs to get repaired immediately. Yeah, no, my sword was just damaged, it looks like, so hopefully now I'll be doing a little bit more damage. Yeah, oh my god. Because I finish her off in like 5 hits. Yeah, that was the problem. Broken sword, she doesn't even give anything good. Well, I'm sincerely hoping for a mild winter this year. Because I enjoy the mild winters. Like, here's the thing, I kind of like the cold. I kind of like the cold in the sense that it's a nice change of pace from the heat. I kind of like the cold in the sense that it's easier to stay warm than it is to stay cool. There's more things you can do to make it happen. So I don't mind the winter so much, but the snow is definitely the frustrating part about all of it.
Have you made progress? Thank the gods you were able to recover the reconnaissance the Venris carried. This information would have proved disastrous in the wrong hands. When the Tuatha tossed Venris in here, I feared all might have been lost. But thanks to you and his wolf, the armies will not suffer the same fate as Venris. Take this. It is not much, but it is what we can offer, along with our thanks.
Right, that is exactly correct, nobody. There's only so many layers you can take off if you're trying to get cool. And yeah, sleeping in winter is amazing. Amazing. I love sleeping anytime it's cold. I get to sleep real fast, but yeah, actually getting from cold to warmed up, that can be the tricky part, definitely, but I just pile the layers on my bed during winter, so I can usually get there pretty quickly. I don't remember seeing that video about the snowpocalypse, though. That's not ringing any bells.
The thing is not cursed, but it is eerie seeing it looming over us the way it does. I cannot wait to get out from under its shadow.
Flay self, that might be a little much.
Thank you for recovering this information. It is not much, We need to make sure we stay away from the Tuatha's movements. All information helps. Nearly got gutted trying to scout out the Tuatha after you carried the day in Melsen Shear. So Command sent me here for an easy job. It is clear they never stepped foot in this place. Be careful, or you will end up like me, or worse.
All right.
Farewell.
Hello once more, Wanderer. Have you had any luck in recovering earrings from the bodies of our soldiers?
Oh, I bet this is, I wonder if this is a repeating quest. One of the game's Radiant quests, picking up these earrings. I hope not.
Very well. Let me pay you for your services. If you find you have time to look for more, I can always make use of your assistance. Mitharo thanks you.
I really think it probably is one of the repeating quests, though. Totally knew she was a demon, you warned me. Hey Drav, welcome back to the stream. How are you doing today? Technically you didn't warn me she was a demon, you warned me it was a really bad idea to give her everything that she wanted. And that was correct. But the demon part was still kind of a surprise. Alright, so I do need to get back to town. So what kind of town do I want to go back to? Melsen Shear, I guess? Yeah, I guess that's going to be the nearest town to sell stuff at. Alright, this shouldn't take too long. Let me find what do you call it? Let me find a blacksmith's table first so I can break some stuff down. I think that'll be over this way, maybe? Yeah, I can see it on the map. Let me head over this way, I'll break some stuff down, and then I'll sell off whatever I can't break down. Sick, but in return your boss sent you home today. Free day, awesome! You know, sick is bad, but free day is okay. There's a lot you can forgive in the name of a free day. This I believe. So I hope you are able to relax. Hope you get better soon as well. Not like it's a good thing being sick, but as long as you get that home rest, hopefully it'll be good then. Alright, so let me just run down real quick and see if I picked up anything else that I need to equip. When you say it's a bad idea, that of course means world-destroying stuff means is going to happen. I may have underestimated you just a tiny bit, Drav. Just a teensy tiny bit. Alright, so the Archmage's helm is actually a whole bunch of more armor, but I don't care about sorcery abilities. So I'm not sure I want to put that on just yet. Alright, this has exactly the same armor, but the Gentleman's Courtesy gives me bonus damage. I'm going to keep that on. Tuatha hand wraps are crap, so I'm not going to put those on. And yeah, aside from that, nothing else I need to worry about. So let's break some stuff down, shall we? Alright, so this will continue my quest to get the crafting items that I need to build myself some endgame weapons once I get to that point. And right now, I'm doing pretty good on that. Pretty much every time I go back here to break stuff down, I'm seeing stuff that I go, oh, this I could probably use. But I'm going to wait till the very end game, I think, or at least a little bit farther than this before I actually pull the trigger and start crafting it. Because I still feel like I'm missing some of the crafting equipment I need to really make like a full set of really badass gear. But right now, I'm surviving pretty well out there.
Well met.
So I don't feel like I'm in any rush.
I've got plenty of supplies if you've got plenty of coin.
You're at work right now too, can you go home as well? It's weird, I thought I was the weirdo that was watching Twitch at work, but it seems like a lot of people do that. And good on you if you have a job you can do that for. Oh, Night Sim, just take care of yourself, and thanks for stopping by. Good talking with you. Oh, let's see. Sneeze all over his table. Whoa, gross, Drav. Oh, you're the shift boss. Yeah, that does make it a little difficult to just slip out, doesn't it? No, I think somebody might notice you being gone. I feel pretty certain somebody would notice you being gone in that case. That's a tough situation to be in. My condolences. Anything for a free day. That's true, Trav. I will go to great lengths for a free day. I can commiserate with that. You're a dispatcher, so you do just about anything you want to. That's a nice place to be in. I can respect that. If I'm not on Twitch, I'm watching stuff or playing a game or taking a nap. Taking a nap? That is wicked. I actually, yeah, I was actually I'm Jay Busy, I do what I want. I was actually wondering about that, Jimmy, because you mentioned you were at work the other day, and it said on Discord that you were playing World of Warcraft. I'm like, how does that work? More power to you for pulling it off, though. That's badass. Get paid to watch Twitch. GG. GG indeed. It's a good way to be right there. Alright, so not perfect, but I think I freed up enough room in my inventory to be happy for a while. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna, let me check out a couple of these items. I'm willing to bet for a lot of these things that I'm keeping around, I probably have better versions of them. But I don't want to have to go through all of my items right here. Oh man, that Eye of Flame is amazing. Yeah, I don't want to go through all of them right now. Why do I have so many amulets and rings? I mean, I've got 10 fingers and 10 toes. So, you know, gotta be able to bling myself out at a moment's notice. You're a security guard, so you watch alarms and cameras. Need some sort of distraction. Amen, nobody, amen. Gotta make sure to keep yourself busy. Because if you don't keep yourself distracted from watching those cameras, how are you ever going to be that one guy in the Bond movie that happens to look away right when he's trying to sneak into the facility? WoW's easy as long as you're not in dungeons or stuff. Just need to be able to stop. Oh, you got your personal laptop. Yeah, that would make sense. I'm not the Mandarin. How do you know, Al? I might be the Mandarin. I could possibly be the Mandarin. I haven't checked recently. Or maybe Green Lantern. I could be Green Lantern as well. Alright, so here's the proving halls that I need to get to, so I think I'll do this next. Yeah, it's as long as you've got a game that you can stop on a moment's notice. I tried playing League of Legends at work once and I ran into that problem. You've got 15-minute long games that if something comes up, you really can't stop if you need to. More like if I don't have a distraction, you won't stay awake. Ooh, yeah, that too. I hadn't remembered that, nobody. That's true. If I didn't have distractions, I don't think I'd be able to make it. I'm a night shift guy as well, and I've got 12-hour shifts, so I need distractions as well.
And so you have come, whether to aid the house or rain punishment on the Tuatha, I do not know. That you are here is enough. To assuage your confusion, I am Bizarrain, king of the house. During your trials, I will observe and communicate to you through this medium.
Alright, he's a creepy orb. And yeah, Jav, that's what I mean. Maybe I'm a Psycho Green Lantern when he put on all the rings that he took off everybody and wore like 50 rings. That could be me right now. Without the cam, who can be sure of anything?
Through the crystal you see before you, it is not magical in and of itself, but a conduit for my own magic. All your actions will be known to me. Every word will be listened to.
Alright.
This is about you, of course. You are the only mortal to be given a chance to join the House of Sorrows. But do not think such an offer is given out of honor or respect for you. What drives me to this offer is what brought you here. Necessity.
No, Al. Floating orb is my friend. I love the floating orb.
What you do is of no concern to me. What I hope to evaluate is what you are, to know how you might best help the house. I have locked the way behind you. The way forward is your only path out of these halls. I can tell you no more, other than that I will be watching.
Got me on the computer for chat and the phone, or got me on the computer for watching and the phone for chat since they disabled that. That's a good question, nobody, but I'm looking right now. You do show up on my viewer list. So I think that does mean that I'm getting credit for it. As far as I know, that's the only way they have it counted anyway, is if you're a viewer, you're a viewer. I'm not sure how else they do it other than that. Oh, he's running. Why is he running? Oh, did he just suicide himself against a rock or something? That's weird. Sauron's such an attention whore, he has to be in every universe. I mean, if you're a giant spooky eye, what else are you gonna do? Get those fancy Hollywood roles. Downside in your job is you have to be treated like garbage. That's a pretty big downside, to be fair. I'm not sure how long I could put up with that, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Money's money. I always tell people I think there's a difference between jobs and careers, and it's possible to have a lousy job, but I don't think you can have or it's possible to have a lousy career, but I don't feel like you can have a stupid job, because your job is just what you do to pay the bills, and I don't really think it matters what you do to pay the bills, because that's something you need to do. You know, you're an adult, you got to get the bills paid. You can't be too picky.
Help me, mortal! The beast will kill me if you do not help!
What's going on here?
The beast roamed these halls, mortal. Once these lands were quiet, gentle. Now they mean to kill all that tread upon it, even the Winter Fae. My people have lived in peace for decades, centuries. But now we're awash in war and corruption, and we cannot stop it.
Where is the monster?
I do not know. The midden, it has been sullied. We've never feared such assaults until recently. Wait, what was that? It is here.
Oh, just in that? Eat it for breakfast. No worries. I want some bogger plague bears to help me build up a combo. Kind of. Let's finish these boggers up. Get my battle cry, and then I'll go for the indirect. Oh, he's an orange name, so he's probably got some health on him. Oh yeah, he's definitely got some health on him. Go nuts then. Go ahead and use some abilities. Alright, so that should soften him up a bit, and hopefully I can finish him off. Ooh. Glad that missed me, I'm not sure how, but... Alright, so no, I wasn't able to do it with all that, but I've got him debuffed now. So I'll try and use that debuff to my advantage. Ooh. Wow, I forgot about that. I guess it has been a little while since I fought Yankees, so I'm a little out of practice. Let's try stunning him again. I have to actually put some effort into this fight. It's been a while. There we go. I'm not used to things like dodging. Dodging. Got so spoiled with all my abilities, just being able to take everybody out. I just got to continue exploring now, it looks like. Yeah, most of the time when people get towed, it's definitely their fault. Grab that. It looks like there's a hidden shell. Yeah, right. Or not even a hidden chest, just a regular old chest. I can see it being frustrating when you got a job where most of the customers are going to be people who are just furious at you. Customers, of course, I say in air quotes. I'm going to save. I don't think I've saved so far tonight. That's kind of scary. Hate when I forget about that, but as long as nothing bad comes out of it, that's fine. Alright, so hey, it's our friend Orb again.
You have completed your first trial. Your actions spoke volumes, but your reactions are just as pertinent. You killed the creature that was chasing that woman. Why?
Tell me why I'm here.
Your crude attempts to elicit answers will not advance you any farther with me.
Oops.
Ahead, you will find a Fae of Sorrows, dying of poison. I hope you display more finesse when dealing with him.
Drav, I'm going to war with the Tuatha this weekend? Oh, that's awesome. That's actually one of the reasons I was doing a bonus stream today, because I usually don't stream on Wednesday night / Thursday morning, but this week I really wanted to see... I really wanted to get to the end game, because I'm really interested in seeing how that works out. So I figured I'd do an extra stream this week to give myself some extra time to really push into the game. So this will be a 4-day week instead of a 3-day week as far as streaming this time. I'm excited to see where it'll go. And yeah, Jimmy, that's a trade-off right there. Is having the freedom at your job is so nice, but when you get stressed like that, it's just a question of whether it's worth it or not. And that's going to be an individual question. Only individual people will be able to answer it or not. But you know, I hope it's worthwhile for you if it's what you like. Because there definitely is... It's hard to say no to be able to play video games and watch streams at work. That is such a side benefit. Huge side benefit. Alright, so we got another elf up here.
Are you the mortal that Bizarrain has brought to aid us? The one he is promised? Thank mercy I have been poisoned. But now that you are here, you can kill me. Please, end my suffering.
Oh, so that's what he means about reactions. I have to do something cruel to him.
Please, mortal. I know it's strange, but the Fae are not like you. Death is different to us. I will rise once more in time, but killing me will let me escape this suffering.
Who did this to you?
I do not know. Everything is blurred. I do not even know where I am. It must have been him. He does whatever he cares with his subordinates. It was Bizarrain.
Wait, the king fatally poisoned him for the purposes of this test?
He was meant to save us from the Tuatha, to preserve our oldest traditions, to protect the Winter Fae.
Oh.
I do not know. It is some poison. In other times, the Fae would not be vulnerable to this. But we are weaker now. We are prone. I could have walked from this once, but now...
Yeah, Drab, they're definitely having a bad time here. I'm gonna do it. This guy's in bad shape.
Thank you for ending this.
Escape the trial is the next thing. Yeah, this seems like it's rigged. I don't know that I want to be here. This guy's crazy. The time my boss worked as a detective of violent crimes for the city. Jeez. I guess that's kind of funny, but that also sounds super unpleasant. I'll say no thank you to that one, Jimmy. If you don't mind. Yeah, the Winter Fae, everything I've seen, not just for the Winter Fae, but pretty much every person in this area is having a bad time. Very, very bad time.
Death is something you readily deliver, it seems. But did that Fae die as a result of your mercy or your barbarity?
Why is this trial needed?
To see
Dang
what
it.
you will do clearly. Now do not waste our time with unnecessary questions.
So I'm a little worried about this king dude now. Since he poisoned his subordinate for the purposes of this trial, as far as I can tell. Oh, completely forgot about Harpoon. I should have been using that on this Lian. There we go. Now it's an easier fight. Not letting him jump away from me. Impressed with the home the gnomes gave me. That was really beautiful. I absolutely loved the gnome building. It was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But there's an even better one coming up. I want to see that. Game's kind of relaxing to watch, Zero. Kind of relaxing to play too. A lot of walking around. It's not the most intense game. It's no Dark Souls certainly. So it's got a kind of routine that you can fall into that I like. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Zero. Thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate it. Lady's grandma was a voodoo priestess and she was going to curse you. That is a good story right there.
Chamber at last. The time of trial is over. No more apparitions, no more questions. The House of Sorrows has always held a precarious position in this world, and now we hold on to it by the tips of our fingers. You think you have broken the Tuatha's grip on Cluracan. You have not. Even now, the Winter Fae and the House of Sorrows are subject to their malice.
So what can I do?
The House of Sorrows has always existed to preserve and maintain the oldest traditions of winter. We are the essence of these Fae lands. The House holds an authority among the Fae that the Tuatha have always coveted. Now, they finally seek to claim that power for their own. We must conclude your trial. Ready your weapon. You are to strike me down.
What? Why do I need to strike you down? Why is any of this happening?
What you need to do and why you must do it are two very different matters, mortal. I deal in instructions.
Oh my god, this guy. This guy. Why show yourself now?
Because there are trials that I can observe from afar, and others that I must see at hand. We have reached the trial that I must be present for, if I am to test you truly.
What is with people in this game? You must kill me. No, I'm not gonna fight you, dude.
Nor could you have fought me if you had chosen to do so. What you see before you is but an apparition.
Oh, more tests, of course.
Now that your trial has concluded, come with me. The Tuatha have yet to break down our doors, but I would not put that past them. The house is poised to collapse from the Tuatha's dissension and destruction, and I need one to help us.
Purple means bad guys, Al. It's a video game. You call this a trial?
I know it is not the mortal way to test someone in a manner such as this. The beast, the poison, it was all done out of necessity. I did not need you to understand the trial. I only needed it completed. I do not have time for you to meet the struggles of the house unprepared.
I like your stories, Jay Busy. I'm just reading them here. I'm reading them as you go down here. I'm just not reading them out all on stream because otherwise I'm not going to get anything done in this game. But I'm reading it. They're funny, but they're horrifying as well. I should clarify that.
Some, your reactions were real, but the Fae with whom you interacted, Tybri, Kadarok, and myself, were not. They were but apparitions of the Fae you will come to know in this house. As facsimiles, the apparitions were appropriate enough, but I think you will find their real-world counterparts more complex.
Alright, so good. Nobody actually got hurt during the trials. That is a relief. This guy was scaring the hell out of me. I'll help your house out.
Then welcome to our ranks, mortal. The hearthstone I gave you at the start of the trials will now reflect your affinity with us.
Whew.
Come, join me at the House of Sorrows. I will show you a world stranger than you have ever seen.
But how do we stop the Tuatha?
If we are to discuss the plight of the house, I will do so at his heart. Come, meet me in the main hall of the House of Sorrows, and we will speak more.
Alright, sweet. So finally I can get a House of Sorrows. You've been doing it for about 6 years or so? And you laugh about your experiences. Yeah, everything's funny with enough time. And now I'm their slave, nobody. I sure hope not. No, I'm not their slave. He just gave me some pretty jewelry. That's all. Just some pretty jewelry. I'm sure it's fine.
My summer brethren embody the growth and progression of nature. As such, establishing the summer realms came easy to them. But the winter fae bear the burden of regression and decay in their essence. Left alone, they would never be able to overcome such a weight. They could never unite. The house's founder, the Weeping King, took on their sorrows and freed them. We carry the burden inherent in the winter fae, so they can achieve greatness.
Drav, that is the most horrifying thing I have seen in chat ever. So congratulations on that. And yeah, you're right, Jibby. That's it's harder to deal with. That shows that you're a good person too, because a lot of people would just say that it's tiring having to see people cry like that. But if you see that and you really feel that connection, it hurts. That's a sign you're a good person at least. But that's not going to make it any easier, certainly.
The House of Sorrows made a pact with the Tuatha. They would not interfere with us if we did not interfere with their war with the Alfar. Of course, the Tuatha did not trust us, so they insisted that a new king be appointed to the house, one agreeable to both parties. In the end, I was the one chosen. I was to be king, but in answering that call, I have been labeled a traitor by many within the house.
Yeah, that's a tough position to be in.
To your kind, it is a celebration of war. But before your mortal corpses were hung there by Tuatha, it was the emblem of our house's duty. The most reverend corpses were placed not in the midden, but hung upon those boughs to show all of nature that we still revere our essence of decay. But like all things in these lands, the tree has been defiled by war. Saturnin took our greatest symbol and turned it to filth.
Ask the purple guy if I can trim his eyebrows for him. Why would I want to do that, Zero? They're perfect. They're beautiful. I love them. Oh yes, Jay Busy. Expense. The great excuse in all business. Well, sure, it's for your own safety, but we can't do it because it's too expensive. In this case, since it is your safety, that's pretty infuriating. Alright, level up time. They're distracting now that Zero pointed them out. Now you're not going to be able to see anything but elf eyebrows for the rest of the stream. Alright, where was I here? Oh, let me get that last point in Sagecraft. Fantastic. There we go, Sagecraft done. Yet another, that's 4 tiers completely done. Spectacular. Doing really well there. And here, almost done here as well. Let's see, where do I even want to put my points in here? I think I've put points in pretty much everything I want to do here. I guess I'll start putting things into Brutal Weaponry 4? May as well. And I'm still on Conqueror Tier 5, so I'll stick with that. And that's level 35. I'm really getting close to that level cap, I believe. Whew. So, I'm pretty sure this means I'm going to hit level cap before the end of the game.
Speak.
You'll bolt and call the cops if somebody's crazy. Well, that's good. I think that's the correct response. I think we can all agree. Oh, I'm already in the House of Sorrows. There's a back door in there. Well, sweet. Let me head right for the side quests. The important bit. Oh, hello, Stoneface. Buddy.
Mortal, there is something that requires the attention of one of your kind. You have been to the Midden, yes? The sacred ground being desecrated by the corpses of your kind?
Try to get a parry and see the cool greatsword riposte attack? Definitely. I'm interested in that.
The nature of my request is not something the Midden needs, but something the Midden should do without. The corpses of your brethren have been thrown into the Midden as a declaration of hostility by the Tuatha. But they do more than signify a point. Their corruption and rot have drawn an ancient Lianshi Mithgra from slumber. She gluts herself on the bodies and will further corrupt the Midden if unchecked.
Oh, that's good. Having a camera there and a microphone is good for safety, good for liability. So that's good you've got that watching your back at least.
To feed, Lianshi are drawn to death and decay. Something Winter Fae embody in spirit, but which mortals embody in flesh. When mortal corpses began appearing in the Midden, Mithgra was unable to resist the temptation before her, and now she runs rampant.
Yeah, I'll kill her. I kill Lianshi all the time.
You cannot hope to solve the problem with a simple application of violence. The Athra is old, and she is wise to obvious attacks on her. Searching will yield no quarry, so you must be cunning. If we cannot find her in the Midden, we can force her to return to her den beneath the house. Find fresh corpses, the ones Mithgra prefers to eat, and cremate them. With no food to scavenge, she will return to her den. Then, you can kill her.
This is a morbid quest.
The gallows tree is the silent sentinel of the Midden, demonstrating how life grows out of death. It justifies our existence, defines it. It is a symbol not only of the House of Sorrows, but of the Winter Fae. To bear one's corpse upon it was a sacred rite, until the Tuatha defiled it with mortal remains.
Oh, you didn't see the warning up there? Nobody, do not stare directly into the elf eyebrows. Very dangerous. Gotta kind of side-eye him, or just look away entirely.
I have nothing more to say about him other than history will know him as the victor. She is an ancient and powerful Lianshi. Normally she hibernates in the Midden, but the recent influx of dead mortals has driven her to feed. It will only be a matter of time before she further corrupts the Midden with her presence. For the house's sake, she must be put down.
Nice, beautiful close-up on the eyebrows like that right there. Hope you enjoyed that.
Make haste.
Get right up on the eyebrows. Nice full view of those eyebrows. Gorgeous. Alright, so before I head back out to the Midden, let me finish exploring the House of Sorrows and see if there's anything else of interest in here. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some more side quests, and I see a skill trainer up ahead too.
I am here.
Let's see what she trains.
Greetings, mortal. I am a tender of the Midden. I have been instructed to offer you what insight I can give about the art of dispelling.
Ooh, this could be good. Nope. Don't have it quite up there yet.
Remember.
Ah, it was worth a shot. I do hate dispelling too.
Who calls?
I have a task for you. Of late, there are many in this house who have come to view my authority with disdain. As such, there is need of someone unbiased by our house's history and the traditions therein. Someone such as you. We must move quickly. The Tuatha will not hold their strikes for long. Let us stop their next blow.
Guess not all elf eyebrows are bad. See, now nobody, you're You're getting used to them. You're getting accustomed to the eyebrows. And before long, maybe before the end of the stream, you'll come to love the eyebrows. Come to want those eyebrows for yourself. You never know. It's dangerous.
You fail to understand. Although the Tuatha wage war with us, as they have with the Alfar, they do so by other methods. Our enemies are subtle. They target individuals, not armies. They strike at convictions, not cities. And by doing so, they can retreat to where we cannot find them. For all our years of struggle, we know only this, that our enemy is led by a Tuatha agent, Saturnin. He is the master of this shadowy coup.
Well, how do we find him?
We cannot right now. He hides himself and covers his tracks well. But I have a lead which you will investigate with one of our delvers, Tybri. A tender, Catarak, has fled the house and killed a fellow member in doing so. I suspect Saturnin's influence, or perhaps that Catarak might be Saturnin himself. Bring Tybri to the body of Catarak's victim. Though dead, the sorrows will remain on the corpse. The sorrows can lead us to Catarak.
I'm gonna have to check out one of the female elf's eyebrows now. I'm curious.
There is a tender named Catarak who has fled our ranks. He is somehow tied to Saturnin. I am certain of it. I want you to find him and put an end to him. For if he is not Saturnin himself, then he is betraying our secrets to the Tuatha.
I feel like I've seen Catarak before. I don't remember where, though. Satanism? I don't think so, but I might have been misreading that. Always assume Satanism because it's the scariest possibility.
Tuatha, and though he bears their allegiance, his appearance is that of a winter fae. I am certain of it. I know little of him, but of me and my house, his knowledge is wide and deep. With every action, he reveals that he is merely toying with us. He is not a type of foe I am familiar with, for he does not attack outright. Instead, he instills fear and despair.
Zero, those panda icons are still my favorite thing. I love those panda icons. They're hysterical. Alright, let's see who's... Oh, the trainer is who you were talking about. Let me take a look. We're doing eyebrow chat now. Let's check out these eyebrows.
Hello once more. If you wish to master
Oh,
the
she's
art
just
of
got
spelling,
normal eyebrows.
then I can teach you what I can.
They're completely and utterly normal.
Remember.
So it's just the male Winter Fae that have terrible, freakish eyebrows, I guess. What a tragedy for them. I better like them. I do. Maybe that's a plot point. Maybe before the end of the game I'm gonna have to save the elves from their horrible eyebrows. Gee, busy. Can't ever say anything bad about the cool cats. Cool cats are literally the coolest. This is eyebrow fashion stream now. Yes, that's the topic now. All games being ignored in favor of eyebrows. Well, the male elves, it's like they all have like old man kung fu movie eyebrows? I'm not sure how else to describe it. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. Oh, so the Alfar earring thing isn't a repeatable quest. Alright, well, let's start heading down the road then. So, start burning the bodies. AFK for a bit? Alright, I'll see you in a bit, Jay Busy. Yeah, so I'll just head down this direction, and it looks like there's... Must finish Arrow before work is over. I can respect that. Thanks for stopping by either way, Jay Busy. I appreciate it. Good talking to you. Alright, so there's a whole bunch of quests I can finish along this way, so let's start hitting them up.
Wanderer. Have you had any luck in recovering? Go with
So
the
no, he's just telling me I gotta find the earrings. So let me head past there and start hitting all those points on my map. It looks like a lot of those are going to be the freshly dead that he was just telling me about that I need to cremate. Wow. Cremated the hell out of... Wow. Jeez. I'm really good at cremating bodies. I don't know that that's a good thing. I don't know that that's the thing I'm comfortable with. But I'm apparently friggin' awesome at cremating bodies. Friggin' amazing. Whew. That thing went up like a candle on the 4th of July. Terrifying. Alright, let's head over here. Jeez! What am I even doing this with? My burning hands? My frighteningly, perpetually burning hands? It's just nasty. Burning the heck out of these guys. Alright, let's head down the ramp a little bit. I should be able to get to the next corpse through that way. This whole area is just too grim. Everything about it is morbid and dark and unpleasant, and wow, look at that guy burn. I think they're actually getting faster too. It's horrifying. Alright, so no way forward that I can see from over here. Nope, nothing, so I'll have to just head to the other side to get that very last one. And unfortunately, I don't think there's any quick way to get to that lore stone either. I'll take a quick look, but I don't think so. Alright, where do I want to go from here? Oh, just straight ahead. That's simple enough. Let's see what we got. See if we can finish this one out real quick. Round out the area nicely. Yep, here's the last body. As I continue to be fascinated by how they just explode into flames and then vanish. Alright, so we got 2 quick things down here. I think I'll do the escort quest first. So who doesn't love a good escort quest?
So, you were the mortal. There were whispers that Bizarine had welcomed one of you amongst us. But to pick the siege breaker, I am awed. I forget myself. Bizarine has made his wishes clear, and we must do as he asks. Are you ready to begin?
Why do you need my help?
The Midden was once a sacred place for the House of Sorrows, for all Winter Fae, where the bodies of the dead were left to decompose. Our bodies do not rot as mortal corpses do. So when Saturnin placed the bodies of mortals here, they putrefied, corrupting the Midden. Scavengers and beasts now roam the Midden, and the body we seek is deep within. I must have someone to watch my back. Farewell.
Yeah, that's grim. Alright, let's do this. Let's go corpse hunting! Watching Flash and Arrow. I'm so far behind on those because I more or less stopped watching TV due to a combination of being busy and having my old roommate that I used to watch TV with take off. But I used to really like watching Arrow. I'd kind of like to get back into it at some point. I think I saw the first 2 seasons of Arrow, maybe? And really liked both of those. I watched the first season-ish of Flash and couldn't really get into it. But maybe I just needed to give it a little more time. That's possible. Her lips are too small for her massive cheekbones. Yeah, all the elves have really weird faces, it's true. Hopefully she doesn't have to go too terribly far, because I don't want to be escorting her till the end of time. Because escort quests, of course.
The body is here. I must begin my work. But the magic is sure to draw the wild fae in the area.
Hold them back while I commune with the sorrows. Farewell.
I hadn't heard anything about Gotham getting tied into other shows. I'd be kind of surprised because I thought they were on a different network than everybody else. It's always weird when the networks want to play nice with each other, but if so, I guess that could be interesting. But then again, I thought Gotham was supposed to take place in the DC past as well. I know they're going to tie in with Legends of Tomorrow, so if you're not watching that, they're probably going to bleed into that as well. Yet another show that on my to-watch list that I'll probably never get to, which is unfortunate. Oh, ganging up on her. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Nope, nope. Knock that off. Oh, great. Bog Thresh. Boy, do I love Bog Threshes. Let's take him out. Ooh, he's got a whole bunch of health, too. Orange meat. Fantastic. Good. I think that's all of them. Hopefully she got done what she needed to get done.
It is done.
Sweet.
Hadorok's sorrows left a strong impression on the corpse. He is hiding in the Siren Crypt in the Drowned Forest. You should go there, but be wary. The impression Hadorok left on the body was conflicted. Something is not right here. I will return to the house. With the beast beaten back, it should prove safe enough now.
Her eyes are really weird as well.
The dead do not speak lies. Hadorok has gone to Siren Crypt in the Drowned Forest. It was once a mighty fortress, but like all things in this war, it was reduced to ruin. Lesser, cruder beasts and beings walk its halls now. For Hadorok to hide there, it makes little sense. But from what the sorrows told me, it seems as though he had nowhere else to go.
Interesting, interesting.
Greetings, Siegebreaker. Although there is much that must be done, I have time to talk.
Huh? No, I hit goodbye.
Farewell.
There we go. Weird. Alright, let's see if there's anything on these corpses to loot real quick. And there's a purple staff. Excellent. I'll take that. Probably nothing interesting from these guys. Oh, just a little bit of gold. And nothing there. Alright, do we have anything else nearby of interest? Doesn't look like it. And there's the earrings subquest. Yeah, well, let's go kill Mithra. Let's go do that. Oh, can I not get to that cave? Is that not a... Oh, if it is a teleport point, I don't have it yet, so it looks like I'll have to walk there. Oh, hell. Oh, I'll have to take the long way around, too. Of course, because all the hills. So let's do that. Let's do that. Head south, head to that cave, and kill the big bad Lianchi. Because you all know how much I love killing Lianchi. Well, now that I remembered I've got my harpoon. Should be a little bit easier, because they can't dance out of my range like they were before. Can't believe I completely forgot about harpoon. Well, you know what, I can believe that. But that doesn't make it less embarrassing. Really, you should be on this stuff considering how many hours I put into this game. It's getting a little silly. Ooh, there's a lot of enemies in this cave. Alright, let's do it up. Haven't forgotten about Wrath, that's for sure. I'm gonna really need to spend some potions, I suspect. Oh, she's right here in the entrance to the cave. And goes down super easy. That was quick. Wow. Alright. Kind of an anticlimax again. That was the one I was supposed to kill? Really? That's it? Huh. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'll clean out the cave while I'm here, but wasn't quite what I was expecting, that's for sure. Just some bodies over here, no biggie. And hey, my reckoning mode is full again, so that's good to know. I always get worried when my reckoning mode is wiped out that I'm just going to run into another boss before too long and have some serious issues. But looks like I'm good for now. No hidden treasure over here. And a purple bow. Awesome. Probably won't use that, but I'll sell it off. It'll be worthwhile just for that. Those purples sell for so much. Not that I need money. I've got 1.8 million gold at this point. I'm not even sure I could spend that much gold if I tried. So much. Oh, geez, Krodok. It's not worth any time taking this. Oh, he's got a ton of health, too. Oh, joy. Oh, he jumped right over my earthquake, this bastard. Absolute bastard. Freaking Kronoks. Never gonna stop complaining about these guys. Partially because I'm a whiner, and partially because they're tremendous bastards. Alright, it looks like, despite not trying to and not wanting the quest, I've now finished Dangerous Games for a second time. Oh goody. So I'll have to turn that in next time I'm in the area, I guess. I've said before, I don't have a big affinity for Kill 10 Rats quests, especially this late into a game. What are you gonna do? Take out some brownies. If one of these guys poisons me, I'm gonna be pissed. Haven't gotten poisoned for quite some time. Good. Locked him. And they're down. We're all good. Although, I suppose I should say that's kind of a clever system right there, is the fact that you can have these tiny enemies that are the brownies, and they can still kind of be considered a threat just because you don't want to get poisoned. It allows them to be dangerous without just ratcheting up their pure damage or their pure HP levels. So in that sense, I can appreciate it. But that doesn't mean I have to enjoy them. That's for certain. Alright. I know that was kind of quick. That was a little quicker than I was expecting. Let's go kick the headsman's ass. I'm really curious to see what his deal is. The Rat Slayer wins again. Heck yeah. Kill 10 rats, kill 20 rats, kill 30 rats. I can do it all. Slayer of rats, slayer of slimes. Give me low-level enemies. I'll take them out. No problem. And naturally, more spiders. Seems like the more I hate an enemy, the more they spawn. Seems to be a direct correlation. I could be imagining it, but I don't think I am. I think they're just everywhere and I hate them. See? Case in point, random Krodok. Of course. At least he doesn't have as much HP as that nasty one in the cave. That one had tons of HP. For no apparent reason. He wasn't even the guy I came there to kill.
The jester of the King of Winter, the fool who made a mockery of life, of everything, languished in a discontent. He heard the whisperings of power, felt its pulse. He saw visions of an endless winter, of a totality of nothingness. He was Gadflow, and he would follow the cycle no longer.
Ooh, that's exciting. So it looks like the Stones of Winter are going to be telling the story of Gadflow, the big bad of the game. That I definitely want to hear. So hopefully we'll find some more of those before too long. Alright, let's save game out here. Runs that way in most games. Make sure to put them everywhere. See, is it most games, or do I just have the terrible luck that the game's actually summoning more creatures that I hate? I wouldn't be surprised.
I have waited for you, mortal. It is not the nature of my kind to anticipate. And yet here I am, with these emotions thrust upon me. I have only just awoken in this plane, and yet I find change, chaos running rampant. Who are these Tuatha? What has happened to our midden? The Winter Realm is racked by war. My people's magic in decline, and mortals scurry over my homeland. A travesty that I must right, one mortal at a time.
Of course, he's confused and upset, so he decides to deal with those emotions with mass murder naturally. What are you talking about, dude?
There is an order to all things. Summer to winter, growth to rot. So it was when I last walked these lands. What has happened while I slept is an affront to nature. The Fae declining while you mortals wage open war with them? Impossible. The Winter Court is sundered. If these Tuatha care not for the natural order, then I shall restore it. Come deeper into Tyne Hill and witness the strength of winter.
Naturally, he's not going to fight me here. He has to drag me into the cave. Can't have the quest ending that quickly. No, sir. Gotta extend the anticipation a little bit. Oh, failed it. Very easy. There we go. Would have been so pissed if I failed a 90% check a second time. Would be interesting to see a game that spawned enemies based on your histories of which one hurt you the most and just scale their power. You know, you're partially describing the Lord of the Rings game. Shadow of Mordor, I think it's called. If you haven't played it, absolutely check it out. It's fantastic. I'll probably play it on stream at some point. I really, really loved that game. But one of the things is, if an enemy killed you, then they got a promotion within the army in the game. And they also got some new buffs. So you'd actually find that exact enemy that killed you before later, and they'd be even stronger, and they'd remember you, and above all that, they'd also have their own troops that they're commanding, because they got a promotion just because they killed you. And it's infuriating, but it's infuriating in a good way. And when you kill that now promoted guy, you feel really great. Although, if they manage to kill you again, they just get another promotion and get even stronger. But in Shadow of Mordor, an orc only powered up when he actually manages to kill you. Yeah, that's true. But still, it's, and then made fun of you. Yeah, they do make fun of you. That game is so good at tweaking your emotions. If I do play that game on stream, I guarantee you I'm going to be gushing about it endlessly. Because it does so many things right, and one of them is making you furious at enemies that kill you, and then making you want to go after them. A game that spawns enemies based just on who's damaged you or not, that seems like it might be a little too infuriating. Like, I'm not sure that would even be fun at that point. I mean, you know, Dark Souls, a game like Dark Souls, which is what I think of when I think infuriating, of course, that's a game that definitely has areas that are made to test your weaknesses, and there's going to be tons of enemies that are going to be very painful if you're not good at a certain strat or not used to a certain technique, but the idea of a game that just punishes you when you're not, you know, when you start failing like that, I guess there's arguments to be made that you could come out of it a lot stronger if you do it right, but you risk just making a game that will find a person's weaknesses and then just punish them relentlessly for it. I suppose there's a certain type of masochistic players that would probably really enjoy that type of gameplay. But just the thought of that scares the crap out of me. You know, I try to get better at games as I play them. I really do try to step up my game and learn from my mistakes, but still, the idea of a game that's constantly fighting my weak points. Yeah, you get good or suffer, that's true. There is the get good part, but, you know, what I keep thinking there is everybody's human. Everybody's gonna have these weaknesses that are difficult to overcome. Like, one of my weaknesses is my reaction time is pitiful, absolutely sad. And I don't know if it really comes through in this game, but definitely if you keep watching the stream, you're going to come across points where you see my reaction time makes certain things very difficult for me. Well, I guess you can kind of see it with the difficulty I have with the dispelling minigame in this game. That's why I don't even play it anymore, is because it's so hard for me. It's nearly impossible for me. So, I don't know. I do think it's an idea that is worth giving a shot at. But I'm not sure if it's an idea that would be worth pursuing on a very large scale. Like for a AAA game, the kind of game you'd expect to spend, 40 to 60 hours on, I'm not sure how well that idea would work out. I feel like there might be unintended consequences there. And I feel like it would be too easy for you to get combinations of enemies that aren't just difficult, but they're just flat out irritating.
And so you arrive. That you made it all the way to this chamber unscathed is just another reason why you must be killed. Or perhaps I won't kill you outright. The strongest I keep on the edge of life, to use their energies to sustain this place, to rebalance the scales.
Perhaps order is at work.
The world has changed, mortal. You have heard it said before. I am certain. But you could never sense it as I can. The long winter was birthed by my fallen kind, and though it may one day be reversed, it will never be undone. The cycle has already begun its fracture. I only hope there will be a time for healing, and that when I rise again, I shall be reborn to it. Goodbye, mortal.
Well, that was kind of a sad persuasion check. The guy was trying to do the right thing, just trying to do the right thing by way of gratuitous mass murder. So he definitely wasn't doing the right thing, but still. Dude was scared, dude felt alone. I feel for him. That is unfortunate. Hopefully, as he said, he will be reborn in a better time when things get fixed. I guess that's the best he can hope for. Alright, so let's head out through the back way and get out of this camp, shall we? Get this little area finished out. Check the last couple treasures on the way here. See if there's anything interesting. Right, not too long from now. I talked before about how I'm saving my crafting goods until later in the game so I can make sure I have a good trove of items to pick from. And I think besides just that, I'm kind of waiting for the same thing for alchemy. Oh, huh, that's the other way. Interesting. I'm kind of doing the same thing with alchemy because I haven't really needed alchemy all that much, but I figure before the end of the game I'm going to want to blow some of my alchemy ingredients. So right now I'm just stockpiling them, and then once I start heading towards the final battle, that's when I'm just going to start blowing ingredients like crazy, making all the sweet potions I can. I'm not sure what potions I'm going to want to go for right now. Maybe some health potions. I'm sure I'm going to want to throw down on some potions of fate, which will fill up my purple bar for that cool fate weaving mode that I used earlier. That'll be nice just to be able to go on blast with that near the end of the game. I suspect I will abuse the crap out of that. Because when you've got something that's broken already, why not abuse the heck out of it, right? Use the tools that the game gives you. I don't usually condone exploits or anything like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about using this sort of, what do you call it? I don't even know. Just sort of a overdrive mode and really blasting on that. Oh, you're a hoarder. Switch out to hard. All of a sudden, you'll need it. Yeah, that's what you've said. I might have to try out hard for a little bit at some point. Just I'm curious. And nobody, you're a hoarder too? Yeah, hoarder life. Glad somebody here can appreciate that. But I think it is that time, ladies and gentlemen, for us to close out the stream for the night. So thank all of you for stopping by. This was really great. I really enjoyed meeting all of you guys for the first time, the ones that I met for the first time. I enjoyed talking to the guys that I usually don't talk to. So thank you. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by, and I really hope you enjoyed it. My next stream will be tomorrow at my usual time. If you don't know what the usual time is or just want to follow me a little better, hit follow on Twitch, or you can follow me on Twitter. I put my link below. If you want to see this video again later on, or if you want to see any of the other videos I've made on my stream, I archive everything to my YouTube. That link I threw in chat as well, so you can go ahead and take a look there. If you feel like supporting me, don't feel like you need to, but I put my tip links in chat as well. I'm also a Green Man Gaming partner, so if you ever need to buy some PC games, try clicking on my banner first and buying them there. You'll get Steam codes. It's all good. And on that note, I'm going to throw up a host if you guys want to. Throw you at somebody else. A caster named Ahoy Matey. She's playing Dead by Daylight right now, which you might enjoy. So check it out, and I will see you folks tomorrow. Have yourself a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, and I'll see you guys around.